Welcome back. At the end of last session, you had found your heroes slain amongst a pile of goblins and bugbears. And Philo has survived, and he's over in the corner with the packs of the previous four heroes. What do? I'll say that I'll just remind you that that statue, the giant muscular statue with the huge hammer, is not in the same place it was last time you were here. There's plenty of the bodies of goblins and bugbears that didn't take damage from the weapons your heroes used. They seem to have been mashed into a paste. Roll a heal check.
He pronounces all the things dead.
12.
Some of the bodies closest to Philo look to have been killed by Philo. Clear hoof marks.
It's these ninja animals.
How are you sure that the ones ground into paste weren't also killed by Philo?
They probably were.
That the heroes themselves weren't killed by him?
Well, Philo looks innocent because he's a donkey, and donkeys are adorable. So
he also probably put his head to that statue and moved it.
Yeah. Hey, give me an army of mules rather than conscripts and NPCs. And
yeah. Don't mess with hoofed animals, man.
I'm calling it. Philo's actually going to be the end villain at level 20. He was with us all along.
Well, Philo's the creator. Philo's real name is Bella, and he's the creator.
Philo's probably been trying to sabotage us since the beginning. That's how Graham got the dent in his head.
He's the one. I haven't matched hooves to dent yet.
So I think, did we get a chance to bury them yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So, had anybody looked in the packs yet?
No, I don't think we'd had a chance yet.
All right, everybody roll a fortitude save. Rohan, what was your fortitude save?
14.
Casimir?
10.
Graham?
10.
7.
Everybody takes 14 points of damage as your amulets begin to burn on your chest, and then they explode, sending wooden chips flying.
That almost kills you, doesn't it, Graham?
Yeah. I'll never trust my amulet again.
Right, so what does that put you at?
1.
Right, okay. So, they begin to heat up, and before you can even react, they explode, tear a hole in your shirt, wood chips fly everywhere. And what's left in place is the same amulet, just intricately formed from some hard metal. Has gems in it and everything, but it looks the same as it did before.
I fear what happens the next time this may happen.
Don't do it until I level up more.
So this energy washes through you, sort of like that feeling you get when you first drink a healing potion, and so it like warms you, or like even if you've taken a sip of rum or whiskey, which you guys have on rare occasions. So anyway, it has taken on the traits of an amulet of health. So,
Which are...
It will grant you an enhancement bonus to Constitution of +2, +4, +6. I'm going to roll for it. I'll roll a d6 to see what you get. +4 to your Constitution from this amulet.
Does it just increase the score, or is it modifier, like the modifier bonus?
The score.
It's the score. Enhancement bonus to your Constitution score. All right, and then there's a couple other things you start to notice. there is a humming that you each hear. It's a very low hum, almost imperceptible.
Where is that coming from?
Well,
Can I tell?
you can tell. So it's coming from the pile of bodies.
Of orcs?
The pile of bodies.
Oh. I'll investigate that.
Okay.
Start moving some bodies.
It leads you to the fallen previous hero. Once you get to him, so it leads you to the hero flame, and then the humming stops once you get to his body. But you can feel heat emanating from his armor.
If I touch it, does it burn me?
No,
Okay. So does anything
It's
happen
gonna
when I
blow.
touch it?
no.
Okay. I'll point that out to. Let's see who's closest to me. Casimir.
Well, Casimir's hum took him to his own hero. So,
Who was closest to mine? Well, I guess didn't we line them out? Because I was preparing them for.
well,
I
you
don't think
you
we've
said
gotten
you
that
wanted
far
to
yet.
do that, but
Okay.
that didn't actually occur.
So whose hero was dead in the cave with mine?
I think it was mine, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, yours
No, yours was
was
outside.
outside.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. And then
And
mine
then-
was dead in the hall.
So
So I
it
think it
would've
was
been-
Casimir's.
Yeah, Casimir's and Graham's was inside, and yours was in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So it would be Casimir, or
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, whoever's is closest to mine, or whoever's closest to me, I'll comment on that. There's a strange hum coming from the armor. Is there anything that we had heard about the? Like, I know we have our weapons that are can't think of the word for it.
Unique would be a word that we thought they were.
Yeah. Well, the like office. What is that?
You mean
Can't
like a
think of a
symbol of your
Yeah.
status? No, there was. You all have the armor that the hero of whatever you're a hero of traditionally has worn. What they're wearing, it's made out of metal for one thing, but it's in the same basic style. But it's not. You've never seen it before. It's not something they wore either. At least not while they were in town, and they never took you on adventures with them outside of the village. So who knows? But this is the first time you've seen it.
Wonder where they got it.
Trying to decide on if it would be too immoral for Fenrith to remove that armor.
Okay, well, you wouldn't think that at all.
Okay.
You would.
Then-
Everything the heroes don't have property. What's theirs is passed to the next hero. That's how it's always worked.
Okay. So when I do get the chance to prepare them for burial, I'll remove their armor then.
Okay. Did anybody else want to do anything?
Not regarding the bodies.
Of anything at all? You just want to stand and
We'll kind of like to check and make sure our supplies are still on Philo.
okay.
Nothing's lost. And then
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to go make sure Philo's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe take him outside the cave.
Yeah, he looked another worse for wear. He's got blood all over his hooves, but other than that, he's happy to see you.
as happy as a mule can be anyway.
What's that?
As happy as a mule can be anyway.
Well, he's a donkey.
Donkey. Yeah.
And
Happier.
donkeys can be very happy.
Yeah, because he's bathed in the blood of his enemies.
I'll ask Graham if he can take a look in the packs that the heroes had to find some clean clothing for burial.
Yeah, you recognize these packs. These are, each one has been, they're extremely well made and well used, and it has the sigil of each hero on them. They're lined up against the wall by Philo. Yeah, so is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you open the pack of the hero of the sun, and there's a envelope right on top.
Which one of you guys was the hero of this one?
You are.
You
I'm the C.
C, sorry. C.
as a new hero.
Okay.
C.
You evolved.
C.
You guys, I missed an opportunity to make it like I was crazy. Yeah, you idiot. I wrote hero of the C. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess my curious nature, I'll probably open the envelope.
Okay. Do you know how to read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would have been good if you didn't.
Whether or not I have the discipline to read the entire thing,
Well,
we'll find out.
right up top it says, read this together and let no one else hear it.
Okay.
Can you understand what that actually means? Or do you look at it as a riddle? Read this together, but let no one else hear. But I'm supposed to read it with these guys, but they can't hear it?
Yeah, that's how I'll do it. So we'll have to read it each silently together.
I guess that does satisfy all of the conditions.
Well, question is, like, are they referring to all the heroes? So does our halfling friend count? Or is he just an extra one? Or do we only need the 4
Was
main
it
heroes?
a capital H hero or no?
I guess I would have to read mine with him because he's a hero of the flame.
What if there's only one letter, though?
I can't let him hear.
Or one of you has to die.
Brandon and I will go take the letter back to the guys.
Okay.
Or when we get to, because I think the plan is we're going to have some sort of burial. So when we get all the bodies together and he's dressing them, that'll probably be a good opportunity.
Okay.
Was there a letter in each pack or just that one?
He only looked in one pack.
Do you want to get close for the other heroes? That's what.
Okay. I'm going to look in each pack and I'll open the flaps before I look into them
There's an envelope on the top.
of each one.
Yeah.
I'll pull out each envelope
Okay.
and I'll get the clothes
All right.
for them. Pants and shirts
Okay.
and socks, stockings,
Right.
knee-high boots.
Uh,
No?
Gotta be careful if we're like, basically a hot climate type
Right.
area, right?
You
You
don't
just
wanna be
combine
wearing-
socks or stockings with sandals, probably.
That's a no-no.
This is how they're going to be buried.
The most heroic of footwear.
If it's good enough for monks, it's good
Right.
enough for them.
Can I guess before we actually dig and bury him, I can heal.
Were we having issues with digging?
Well, we can't do it in here. We have to take him outside, I think, to bury him, don't we?
yeah, there's nowhere nearby that is suitable for digging.
We
Yeah,
have to
even so,
take him
like-
for a while.
Yeah. We could do one of those, what are they, like just piles of rocks?
The cairn?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
I think
Yeah.
so, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's enough rocks around here, we can give it a shot.
I think that's the plan in totality. But when we have the bodies arranged and we're dressing them as I think when we'll first all be together, and that's when I'll distribute the envelopes.
Okay. Yeah, so he hands each of you an omelet. Or envelope, sorry.
I take an omelet too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't.
No?
I'll take a look at it.
14 damage.
All right. When you open yours, it says, throw this away and read the letter that Graham has.
All right, I'll crumple mine up. And
How did they know? That's really our heroes.
Does anybody got some fire?
Well, there was
Well, I gotta throw it
probably
away.
a prophecy on a mountaintop that just said that to them. Like, Graham is going to pick up the letter.
Word it very carefully.
Yeah. Really? What about the danger we're heading towards? No, this is more important.
Actually, what is the burial rites
Yeah, that's
for
a
our
good
people?
question.
Is it like a pyre situation where we
Yeah, people are usually burned.
burn them? Okay,
easy.
there
Should be
should
easy.
be plenty of trees and stuff around. So, yeah.
So what's in the letter?
Well, what do you do? Do you just read it to yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they'll be like, let me. Well, actually, so I'll be like, I have a letter, and I'll start reading it.
Then
do
do
you
you
guys-
side eye the halfling?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, he is curious, so he starts
Yeah.
coming over to see.
you not you get to read it, right?
I'll say that my letter says to read your letter.
My letter says to read it together. But what does it say again?
And let
But
no one
let
else.
no one else
but to
hear.
let no one else hear.
But to let no one else hear.
Okay.
So yeah, I took that meaning that we discussed earlier. I just start scanning the letter silently in front of the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, the letter says, Our sons, if you are reading this, then we have come to a bad end. If you are reading this, it means all 4 of us have been slain. Now it falls to you, for Cradle is in danger, and every man, woman, and child's life hangs in the balance. We were unprepared for this, and so by extension you are unprepared. We knew this day would come, but we never believed it would come. And there is so much more we should have taught you. You know the fable of the raven and the cat. This was a simplified story that conveys a basic truth, if not the technical truth. There is much we ourselves do not know. What we do know is that the world used to be much bigger. Evil swept over the land, and good could not prevail. In desperation, the gods split the world and hid those few places where good still held sway away from the rest. Cradle was the center of that, and to Cradle were given the elves, us. The gods knew that one day evil would find a way to put the world back together, so it could claim dominion over all, and that day has come. Zen Vex is the man carrying out the will of the evil gods. He has come here to the temple under the angry mountain where the pedestal lies. The pedestal can be used to send Cradle back to the old world and expose us all to the evil that holds sway there. There is too much we do not know, and now it falls to you. Take the items in our packs and use them. Trust each other and know that surrender would doom all of our people to a fate worse than death. The key to your victory lies on the Isle of Penance, far out into the ocean, far past where any have ever sailed. And to reach it, you will need to navigate the labyrinth. Chase not Zen Vex until the world is made whole. Go to the labyrinth and seek your destiny. Rely on each other, for our peoples, and so many more than you can know, depend on you. And that's the end.
Okay, after I'm done scanning it, I'll like solemnly pass it over to Fenrir.
Right. So Fenrith, the letter says the same thing that I just said it said.
Do I recognize the labyrinth that they're talking about?
Yeah, you guys have heard of it.
Okay.
more legend.
Well, it's actually a place you've been told never to go. The base of the rock cliffs. There, at the base of it, there's said to be an entrance to a labyrinth, but you've always been ordered never to go there. Well, for one, the rocks have been known to just pick full-grown men up and cart them off and eat them, so it's dangerous in that area. But also, there's said to be some ancient curse or an evil witch or quicksand, bad weather, whatever. There's always a reason why you've been told not to go there.
Okay. As I'll take the letter and pass it to Rohan.
Okay. Same to you, Rohan.
All right, I'll read it through and then pass on to Casimir.
Yeah, I'll read it and then just guess time to make a fire, and I'll keep the letter until it's we put their bodies on it, and then I'll burn the letter there.
Okay.
What was the name of the island where the labyrinth is?
Penance.
Penance.
Yeah, the Isle of Penance.
All right.
You've never heard of it.
Okay.
But you guys, there was a man named Daryl who, before you guys were born, set out he was going to sail as far as he could. And so they made a big boat, and he got a bunch of people to go with him, and they rowed and they sailed, and they rowed and they sailed. And then they made it back eventually. But they said that they went for 20 days in a straight line and didn't see anything. So it's just been accepted as truth that Cradle is all the land that there is.
The letter did mention taking the items that they had in their pack, so I'm going to get curious at that statement and go and kind of look in the pack and see what items they found on their journey.
Right. Well, in the pack for yours, for your hero, you find a set of bracers and a pair of boots and a ring.
Okay, I'll try putting them on.
Well, you put them on. You don't notice anything. They do glow. They are glowing as soon as you put them on.
Okay.
But you don't know what exactly they do. But digging it around in his pack, you find another letter.
Does mine also say, read the letter that
No.
Graham has?
No, it just tells you it's a letter to you, and it says what these are. So
Okay.
he says these bracers will make your arrows fly true, and these boots will make you quiet as a quiet thing. So anyway, you've got the bracers of archery, is what that is.
Okay.
So you'll get a +2 competence bonus on attack rolls
Okay.
and +1 on damage rolls.
The boots are...
Boots of Elven kind.
Okay. And the ring was...
I forgot. Oh, right, that's right. You get the ring of animal friendship.
Duh.
Oh, I need that. So far, animals have really hated me.
Now you get to be friends with Philo.
Finally.
Make him your animal companion.
I thought about that.
Remember, he is owned by someone in the town. We're just borrowing him.
Yeah, but when he comes back,
Companionship.
then Philo will just follow me home anyway.
Yeah, companionship knows no bounds of these elven laws of ownership, John.
It would be like a classic Jinn or Genie story, though, like where the friendship starts out good, but then it goes sour.
He keeps murdering people.
Right. Everyone you love.
Philo, you've got to stop killing everybody.
I can't help it. I love it.
You know I want to. That's more of a
It's
horse.
just part of my nature.
Yeah. The Bray of Doom.
There's a scene where Rohan's on the dark, wet streets of a city, and the hee-haw is echoing.
Intermingled with the screams of orphans.
Right.
No,
trying to get
Philo.
away.
I have that moment at, on top of a building where I'm pleading with him to stop. That
Yeah.
This is madness.
No, it ends with you standing on a small slope and him standing on a rock amidst a stream of lava.
You were the chosen one.
Philo, I chose you.
I have the high ground.
Oh no. We'll go back to the rooftop. It's raining. He's fallen over the edge, and you got his hoof.
Oh, yeah.
There's a flamingo on the other building nearby.
He gives the Tears in the Rain speech from Blade Runner.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just how old is Philo?
I've seen sea beams off the shoulders of Orion. All those memories lost. We've enhanced your donkey, Brent.
Well, the only true enhancement would be if he was a mule.
Yeah. Is that how we level him up? Just more hit die.
That'd be
Just
so-
like a Pokemon turns into a mule. What is a mule? That's offspring between a donkey and a horse?
I believe it's a male donkey and a female horse.
Okay.
Because there is two different versions.
Right.
One's a mule and the other's maybe an ass, and one's a female donkey that's been bred with a male horse, and the other's the reverse.
I see.
I think I went down a wiki hole one day, and
It's fact now. It'll be fun to find out if somebody corrects it, though.
no, I like the phyllo over the edge of the building, except we would go Predator 2 style.
Okay.
And he's got like a magical device strapped to him, and Rohan has to cut off the hoof. Then they continue the fight down on Philo's spaceship, which could be the Black Pearl.
How many genres can we cross in a single
So it depends
mule
on
man,
how long nothing's happening for, I guess.
Yeah.
murderous mule man companionship?
Well, if Michael Bolton taught me anything, it's that you can mix all the genres.
Was anyone else going to get their cool stuff from there?
I was going to wait till the bodies were burned, in our various
Little
religious
incense.
Before we
ceremonies.
start looting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget that. He already tore the clothes off.
I didn't tear the clothes off. I took off their armor and I put
well,
on some clothes to.
If that is what we're waiting for, then let's go through that. Sorry, I didn't know.
Wait, what? I don't. Is that what?
You guys are the players.
Okay.
Well, the
Well,
last thing that we heard was you were handing out Rohan's items, and then everything
Yeah,
went quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you guys do?
I'm waiting for the bodies to
yeah,
spin.
we're
Spin
trying
an
to-
elaborate tale about a donkey and a Rohan.
While I was preparing the bodies, so yeah, we're gonna after prepare the bodies, do the and do the funeral rites. At that point, I'll check for the pack.
Right, so you want to... Where are you going to set up the pyre?
We could just do it right outside if we can find enough fuel for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
His outside was like a whole bunch of like rocks and rubble that had like rolled down from above, right?
Pretty much.
I remember us having to scramble across it.
Yeah.
I wonder if we go up the hill where we came down from, if there's a place we could set up.
Yeah. Do we have any tenets or whatever the word is about like burying the heroes with the fallen enemy's weapons or anything like that, or is it just
No.
burn the heroes?
Yeah, it's not just a hero thing. This is how everybody
Yeah.
is disposed of. There's no special ceremony or anything. And there's never been any weapons of fallen enemies to bury the heroes with, so...
Yeah. Finrith, before we burn them, I've read in various spell books that there's ways to commune with the dead. Can you do that?
Can I get one of the players' handbooks? Thank you.
Also remember to take into account your alignment.
No, I can't do that just yet.
All right. Light them up.
All right. Yeah. So we'll take them back up the hill ways, I think, is what we were planning.
Right, to set up the pyre.
Yep. And set up a pyre and lay them all out and use some oil to get it started.
Okay. Right, so you build this pyre and you get your heroes there and you set it, and the wood bursts into flames and the bodies burn.
We'll head back down into the cave, and at that point I'll retrieve the pack.
Okay, so your heroes burn on the pyre. It's very sad. They were basically like fathers to you. But everybody dies. What do you do now?
So I will distribute the armor to the appropriate hero.
Right. So what you notice when you start handing it out is that it's repaired itself. Any damage it had taken has been repaired. And the blood and dirt and grime that was on it mysteriously has vanished. So for game terms, it will work as whatever armor you wear, +1.
I didn't have any armor. What kind is my armor?
Well, it would have been a light, like studded leather
Leather.
sort of thing.
I have leather armor. You could have that.
You want this one?
No, I'm just saying that the
Oh.
equivalent.
Right.
Yeah, because it's just what is it, +2 bonus?
Oh, right. Stats. Yeah.
Yeah, +2 with
What's
+6 stats.
What's the max? Okay, cool.
And it does glow.
0 check penalty.
Make it kind of hard to sneak.
15 pounds weight.
Well, I mean, it glows when you put it on, but then it
Oh, that was
It
my
fades.
problem.
Okay.
Does this have the? Doesn't magic, or don't magic items have a reduction to how much they weigh?
yeah.
Does this have that
Yeah,
effect?
'cause
Right. Now this will weigh, I mean, so what armor do you have?
I have leather.
Right. And what about you?
it's studded leather.
Yeah, and you?
Studded leather.
Yeah,
were-
so this armor weighs about a pound.
We were really poor when we started.
Right.
Sorry, what was the spell failure again? Case I
10%.
cast the scroll.
Oh yeah, that's right. Does that count for use?
I imagine you still have to do the. I think you do all of the preparations like in the scroll, and then you do those little wiggly stuff. Is
Oh.
what completes it. Maybe I don't know.
I know that you have to fake attributes
Oh,
if you
okay.
don't got it. So like if you were casting a cleric spell, you need to fake a wisdom high enough.
I just kind of
Take a look
mumble
in
the
the
arcane language.
Hero of the Flame Pack too.
Kalito, Nikto.
What's that?
So I'll take a look in the Hero of the Flame Pack as well.
Okay. So you find a pair of boots, a ring, and a pair of bracers, and a letter explaining what these do. So the ring is the ring of spell storing, and it gives you some instructions on how you can cast spells and store them in the ring to be used later. The bracers are bracers of armor. +4. Or wait, no, you're the wrong person. That's not what I meant to give you. Hang on a second. You've got so the boots are
Oh, it's not +2.
boots of speed.
3. We got this one.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Good call.
And all right, so what did I? So you've got
I had boots, a ring, so boots of speed, the ring of spell storing, and then bracers.
no bracers. You have a cloak. There's a cloak in there, and it's a cloak of resistance, and it is +2. Also, there are 3 potions, cure moderate wounds. There were 3 potions in yours of the same, cure moderate wounds. Okay? So that's what you found in there. You?
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Right, so you find a ring, a pair of boots, and a cloak. So you've got the ring of spell storing.
Okay.
Now remember, you two, that's not minor. That's baseline spell storing. So it's up to 5 levels of spell you can put in that thing.
Okay.
And you a cloak of resistance, Casimir, of +2, and boots of springing and striding. Okay. And then you found 3 potions of cure moderate wounds. And then you found a scroll of Summon Monster 2 and Reduce Person. Okay, Graham. So you find nothing but his clothes and then another sack inside the bag.
Is the sack empty?
It feels like it's got something in it.
Yeah, I'll take a peek inside.
Right. So inside the sack, you find a note with like a list of contents. Right. So you find 5 potions of cure light wounds, 5 of cure moderate wounds, boots of speed, cloak of elvenkind. You find 2 cloaks of elvenkind actually, and one of them has a note pinned to it, and it says, "Hang on one second." It says that he stole this one from, and then he I forgot the guy's name. Let me see if I can find it.
One of the other heroes?
Yeah. He stole it from the hero of the sky as a prank.
Rohan.
All right, so you found that. You find... What did you find so far? I forgot what I...
Cure light wounds times 5, cure moderate wounds times 5, boots of speed, and 2 cloaks of elvenkind. I'll wear them both. Because I'm torn, Rohan, whether I should honor my hero predecessors' thievery or our friendship.
You always give it to me and then steal it back.
That's true.
In fact, that could be the right thing to do in honor of your master and his.
That's true.
Keep the tradition going.
Yeah, this is all in a sack that it just seemed like there was something in it.
Yeah.
Does that
Oh, it's totally weird.
yeah.
Like you open the sack and you're pulling out way more stuff than should fit in the sack.
Do you want me to see if I even notice it?
Oh,
Because
sure.
like my spot and my listens, like naturally are pretty weak. You know, if it weren't for this skill,
Yeah.
the training.
Yeah, go ahead. See if you do.
Do you want just a wisdom, or would you like a skill roll?
Just a wisdom check.
Awesome.
13, 14,
Yeah, you notice. It's weird.
12. Sorry.
You notice that, you're pulling out more stuff than should fit in there.
Okay. Would I have any inkling of what that could be?
It's clearly magic.
Right.
You find a ring of ram.
Loot bag.
Looks like we won't need Philo much longer.
100 rations.
I'm just pulling them out one at a time, stacking them. Ration. I think you said there was a note first that was detailing this, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm probably just still looking at this note.
Right. A wand that he says he stole from, from the previous Chris's hero.
Hero
Okay.
of the Rock.
Yeah, Hero of the Rock.
I wish I could trap them all to fail before I gave them back. Be able to. You could do. I think you can still do it with a magic trap if you roll well enough. I'd have to look.
I think you should only do that if you feel that there's enough significant chance of failure.
Oh, a circlet
Okay.
of blasting that he says he stole from John's previous hero.
And John, what was your hero again? Sorry.
The flame. Hero of the flame.
And
This is expanded how much thievery falls under chaotic good in Graham's mind.
Well,
This is okay to do.
yeah, as long as you didn't kill anyone to get it,
Right.
it's all good, right?
Yeah.
Tricks don't count as bad.
Yeah, they're all tricks.
Even if someone gets hurt.
And that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and the and 600 feet of rope
Oh,
and a 10-foot pole.
nice.
Can't leave home without the pole.
Well, it's a folding one. Sorry, it's not extended 10 feet.
That
And
would
that's
be
not
something
one
to see him pull
continuous
out.
length of rope, or is it?
Please
It's
tell
like six
Okay.
six sections of rope tied
You
together.
said 600, right?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm apparently oblivious to the fact that he's just pulling rope out for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I do like the scene of that. I look at the note and I'm like, and I really do slowly go through and pull things. I'll just do it like in plain view, like I'll be
Yeah.
stacking all
Well,
the
yeah, okay.
rations up.
Right. So you guys see this? Like he's pulled out like a mountain of food. He's got a giant coil of rope all tangled up. He's pulling out just a ton of stuff. Oh, and that wasn't even it. There were. Hang on, let me get the last. Forgot. There was.
Sorry, Chris. My cord's knocking it back into my legs. Maybe I can have you guys do the groundwork on some of these. Did anybody get boots of speed? Is that just 10 feet?
That's springing and striding.
I got speed. It allows you to cast haste on yourself as a free round action up to 10 rounds per day.
Okay.
Hasted, you may take one extra attack when using your full attack. You get a +1 on your attack rolls, your AC, and your reflex, and your movement speed will increase by 30 feet.
I suppose the other person that would have had Cloak of Elvenkind didn't get it. Okay. I'll look that up.
It's probably like the boots. I think it gives you like a +5 to your hide.
It is, yeah. It's like it might be higher than 5 though. I think it's 10.
Yeah.
I don't know what that wand is.
You could, well, I don't know. You're smart. You'd figure that out.
Yeah, maybe.
So, no, you could try using your magic device and trying to blind activate it.
There's a scroll of read magic.
Oh, it's continuing on.
Yeah. And a scroll of hide from animals.
I wonder who used that.
And a scroll of bark skin.
That one would probably be a little bit freaky to see for the first time.
Does it literally change the skin, or does it just give it like magical properties?
I can't remember. I seem to remember it saying like it actually makes it look.
Yeah, I mean, it's a druid
Okay.
spell.
So you've got all this stuff, and Volster's like just eyes agape at seeing all this stuff you're pulling out of there. He hasn't made mention of like the magical nature of some of the items. He probably doesn't even. He might not even notice that that's the case. And you guys can tell it's sort of like a placebo sort of effect, because when you put the boots on and you think you feel like they're magical, and they do have a glow to them. But as soon as you put them on and like move around with them, the glow fades. And then they just look like regular boots. They're supremely comfortable. Did you guys put on the armor?
Yeah, I'm going
yeah.
to.
I have.
Right. So, and that's another thing you notice is that you're, like Casimir's teacher was a little bit bigger than you. So the armor should be loose, but it's not. It fits perfectly.
Is there any way to tell if there are any spells stored in that ring?
Well, I don't know. Look it up. Let's see. Well, you know what? There is. There's tiny little red gems on it, and they're all dull and with no shine to them right now.
Okay.
Oh, you could have had some fun.
Yeah.
For some reason, your teacher had a penchant for casting chaotic evil spells. Change your alignment.
I accidentally raised the dead around us.
That's too expensive.
5 levels? I think we could get one.
No, I'm talking about the actual spell. It's too expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause it has, what, a 50 gold piece?
Can I take some time to heal everybody?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll start with Graham, since he seems the worst off.
So I'm 5 of 19 now.
Okay. We'll do a cure moderate.
Wouldn't you be higher than that for max?
It took me from 9 to 13. 13's still +1, right?
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
9's -1. Then 0. So I get 1 hit point per level. Isn't it just your modifier per level?
yeah. Oh, were you taking off 1 hit point before?
Well, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I get that back. Is that how it
Yeah.
work?
Is it
He gets the 1 hit point.
per level?
No matter
He
what.
would lose the -1.
Yeah.
So you'd get that.
Yeah.
Then you'd get the +1.
Right.
That's it.
So
Okay.
13.
But he doesn't gain back the hit points that he lost on his rolls.
He does by taking it from -1 to 0.
2
Okay.
+1. So I get 4 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A hit point per level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I did it. Yeah. Sorry.
So 13 hit points.
Right. So you guys are getting all your stuff gathered and, going over your stuff, and then Fenrith starts healing you guys, but the halfling comes over and he's starting to get a little impatient. He's like, we almost ready to head out again. I know it's a sad time and I feel for you, but I feel like he's getting further and further away from us.
I believe our paths may diverge,
Yeah.
friend.
What do you mean?
What was his response to Casimir's request the night before?
Which you guys don't know anything about. He hasn't responded yet.
Oh, okay.
Our masters are sending us elsewhere.
What do you need?
Well, what could be more important than catching Zen Vex?
18 of 19.
We don't know, but they told us not to speak of it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, then I'll go on alone.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
And to you, friend.
And he rides his dog out into the night. But as he goes, he says, "You'll pay for this." Throws a grenade down.
Does that proc our vindictive trait
Hell,
that is carried over from every game
From every
session?
game you've ever played.
Those amulets were +4 Constitution, right?
What'd you call me?
The amulets that we got?
Yeah.
It was a +4?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'd get +1 hit point per level per
We would get
Constitution modifier.
8 hit
bonus.
points.
So 8. Okay.
if you,
In some cases,
So, yeah.
if it was the right. Yeah.
if it was all bone or
yeah,
positive.
that would be more
Right,
enough.
yeah.
That takes me above where I was before.
What's your hit points at?
12 of 33.
So I think I will pass these items that were stolen from the other heroes on to their respective heroes,
Yeah.
but I won't say that they're the actual owners of them. I'll just say, I can't wear 2 cloaks, so I'll loan this to you for a little while.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Graham comes handing stuff out to you guys.
Yeah. So in that case, I guess Rohan, you'll get the cloak of elven kind. Casimir. So when I walk up to you, I'm not looking at you. I keep my eyes down and I just kind of hold the wand out in your direction.
Is that for me, Graham? I'll take the wand.
And then I'll go away.
Are you upset with Casimir?
Yeah, he beat on me.
Oh, right, because you were crying. Yeah.
Oh,
Beat you. Yep. You would have been well knocked out if I had.
where were we? So that's the one. the circlet of blasting
Yeah.
for Fenrith.
Yeah, Fenrith. He gives you that.
Okay. I'll clap him on the shoulder and thank him heartily.
Yeah, my hero said that I should hold on to, but you could borrow it for a little while.
Thank you. It's very kind of you, Graham. On the inside, does it say a property of the hero?
Right.
Wrote your name in it.
Well,
Does not belong to the hero.
It has the entire lineage of Heroes of Flame. And then the last one scratched out.
Yeah.
And the hero of, was it the sea?
Yeah.
Written in like crayon or whatever we have, something like that.
And then as far as the scrolls that I got, I suppose I'll just hold on to them for now.
Okay.
How do I go about discovering what this wand is of?
Right. So, yeah. What what is it?
Identify?
Identify magic?
Yeah, identify item, all that
Something
stuff.
like
so
that.
we can't do that because it requires a pearl, I
Pearl.
believe.
Yeah. I think you can can you do guesswork at it?
I think there is with spellcraft, maybe.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. So that's the thing that I totally screwed the joke up. That you guys all noticed when you were digging through your packs is on the note it said that there should be an item, and that was missing. Right.
So that makes me look like the liar I am.
No, you didn't lie to me.
That's true. I was just silent.
And then you like on yours, Ryan, it said this. You know, he stole it, and he hasn't given it back yet.
Oh, it actually says he stole it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they had been heroes together since they were kids, so they were probably well used to his hijinks.
I'm not one to usually misplace something, so I figure that.
So then you know that it's a wand of magic missile, Chris.
Okay. Level?
Third.
May I borrow that book for a second? Thank you. What time did we arrive at this cave? Wasn't it late evening?
It was getting on toward evening. It's definitely evening now.
Do we want to rest in the cave?
Well, you're not going to get good rest in the cave. It stinks. It's like
True.
powerful smell of all these dead goblins and bugbears.
Yeah. All it would take is one evisceration to really stink up that cave.
Yep.
That and the last loosening of the bowels of 50
Yep.
goblins
That's exactly
and
what we're
bugbears
smelling right now.
is
So was there a spot a little bit further back that you had noticed?
I'm trying to remember how long it took us to get from our campsite where that cat attacked us to here.
Well, most of a day.
Yeah.
So probably too far.
Wasn't there a spot about 15 minutes back that we had thought about camping and then you recognized the area?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been. We could do a check to see if I can find a good camping site nearby.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that 15? 25.
Yeah, no problem. You find a good spot. Sheltered from the wind by the trees.
Okay.
You'll all be pretty close together, but it'll work. You just got to clear out some of the underbrush.
Okay. Yeah. Then, despite the mountain of rations that Graham found, I'll still go looking for rations and spell components and stuff
Okay.
with the little bit of time we have left in the day.
All right. Yeah. So, Graham, about that bag, you realize like it doesn't seem to matter how much stuff you put in there. It seems to fit. So
We could move more stuff into there.
it doesn't weigh any different either, really.
Well, what might occur to them quicker than me, but I'll voice it 3 days from now, is that it might still be a good idea to spread stuff out a little bit, That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
In case one gets lost.
Yeah.
How long until you try to stick Philo in there? Do we come back from
I'll be leading him in there with a ration.
trying
Come
to
on.
put it over his nose?
I had him with Philo's head in there, but he's trying to figure out how to get it over his shoulders. Then Philo kills him.
Right. So that's a type 3 bag
Okay.
of holding.
But yeah, and
All right, so we're going to change it up a little bit how we're finding the spell components, and we're going to use their spellcraft rolls,
okay.
right?
Is
And I
that
guess-
cat around anywhere?
Yeah.
The little house cat?
Well, the last time you saw the cat is right when you walked into the cave.
Yeah.
It was like just this recent time. It was up on
Oh.
top of the statue,
Okay.
just sleeping.
I guess I'll bring him or her with us.
Yeah.
Pick him.
Yeah. It's a her. Yeah, she doesn't protest. Yeah, because you guys had went down into the stairwell and you hadn't seen her. And then you get back to the cave and there she is, just sleeping on top of the statue. So
Bad omen.
That is its name. Not the bad part. Don't be mean.
Hey, she attacked me. I was being nice.
right. So go ahead and make your rolls to see what you find for usable spell components.
Low. 11.
Right. So what was it? It's like every 2 above 10 will find you about 10 gold pieces worth. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Player's handbook
So if you want to look for spell components, roll your spellcraft.
for your potion making.
$20.
Right. So that will find you 50, 60 gold pieces worth. Yeah, 50 gold pieces worth of materials. That's how we'll play that. All right, Graham, what did you want to do while you're camping?
I guess I will be experimenting with that bag of holding,
Okay.
like testing its limits, seeing what I can move from the donkey to the pack. And
Right. So what all do you have? Well, you can fit.
well, Fenrith's the keeper, the accountant or whatever. So he knows what's on there.
Well,
I guess, unless somebody stops me because they don't trust their rogue to be fooling around.
Well, you got some rope on you. More rope.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that type was like 150 cubic feet of material of matter could be put into it.
Okay.
Can't remember the weight.
Well, he'll probably do something like really useless to start. So he might just be putting like dirt in there for a little
1,000 pounds.
bit. 1,000. Okay. So there's going to be like 20 pounds of dirt
Yeah.
in there that he just didn't get out because he got tired of testing it that way. So do something else.
We should go for the full 1,000, and then we'll all mock you until you're able to make a land bridge for
Right.
us.
Gotta save that for like around level 15, so get 10 levels of jokes out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just little odds and ends, twigs and
Yep.
dirt and
No matter what you throw in there, it goes
stuff
in.
off the mule.
Bag doesn't weigh anymore.
Although that does remind me, how many javelins did we have on that mule?
You have 12.
Okay. I just need to re-up my personal amount.
How many did you take?
4. Was there a sharp limiter on bags of holding? I can't remember.
Yeah, they can be cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably won't put them in there
Does
because it
the,
would mess up his access to them.
does the note say that you shouldn't put sharp stuff in there?
No.
If it was my master, he would know. You got to write this like you're writing a contract for the devil.
So the bag itself weighs 35 pounds,
That's a problem.
but it never changes no matter what you put
Right.
in there.
Because part of the reason I didn't take the leather armor at the beginning is because I couldn't carry the weight.
Well,
I mean, I could,
Philo
but
could.
I have to keep it at a certain amount. Otherwise, I lose certain of my abilities.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably
Is there
just-
anything that you have on you that you could put in there so
Yeah.
that it's not?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's not sharp.
Yeah.
'Cause the spears were oddly heavy, though, and the javelins.
Well, your spear is not heavy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right.
half the weight now, remember?
So I'm gonna try and find food.
And your armor only weighs a pound.
Yeah.
I only find enough food for myself.
Okay. Yeah, you find some berries.
Yeah,
But-
I'll probably still have to put it on the mule. Donkey.
While I'm out there, I want to take some time to just sit and contemplate the death of my master, apart from everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's a pretty emotional time. It's very heartbreaking. They're not your fathers, but they basically were.
Father
Ra-
figures.
Raised you from very young. So, and you know that, of course, it's always been known that they're going to die eventually, but nobody ever imagined it would happen this way. Because you went from a peaceful village where a paradise, really, to suddenly goblins attacking and bugbears, and now you've been entrusted with this great task. With the fate of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, I'll stay out there until it starts to get dark, and then I'll
Okay.
head back in to the camp.
Maybe I'll play something.
A dirge on
Yeah.
your palm.
A dirge on the sham.
Go for it.
That doesn't have to be funny. I think it's actually a good instrument for it. You better take this seriously. This is Graham's true passion.
We'll wait to see how you
Right.
roll.
Yeah, let's.
I haven't put any skill points in a while. It's only 5. I was at 12.
It's fairly good.
Yeah, I think Casimir will let you go for a while before getting.
Before you give me the review.
Well, no, before I tell
Purely
you, like,
mediocre.
You're probably going to attract monsters and to store it. If you had rolled really bad, it would have been instantly. Picture playing, and then when I start talking to him, he kind of starts hunching his shoulders and looking away. Graham.
Can't hear
Just
you.
walk off into the
Still playing.
play louder.
It's like talking to Heather when she's feeling ornery.
Right. So, are we doing our normal watch routine?
Yeah.
So that's me and
So,
Finra?
but are we doubling, or are we just doing a one person watch?
How fresh were the kills?
Well, they'd have to be just in the last 2 days. Because
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
only gone for 2 days.
We might want to double up just to be safe.
Okay, so it'll be me and Graham first watch, and then Casimir Rohan for second watch.
Okay.
If you have a cure minor wounds, I can meditate.
Yeah. I had already marked down that I was going to use one for you.
Awesome.
And how many did you have left?
I'm still 10 away.
What do you want to do on this watch, Finrith?
We can do some more cards.
Nice.
That's pretty good. I'll do 2 cure minor for you. That's all I got. So 2 hit points left. I'm gonna prepare set 3.
Okay.
How many days we've been gone from the village now?
Don't you
I
have
haven't
level
been
2
keeping track.
spells?
Like 10 days or something
Yes.
like that?
Wasn't there a big
Set 3
chunk?
only has level 1. It only goes up to level 1.
Yeah, I really lost track in the caves. Lost track of time.
Lost my mind in the caves.
Although we were only down in the caves for just over a day, weren't we?
23 seconds.
Well, you don't know. Because you
Oh.
lost track of time snaking through the tunnels.
Hopefully it wasn't days, otherwise that's even more of a nightmare than I had envisioned in my head.
It was a pretty traumatic experience.
Well, maybe when we hit the blue moss, it was a time, like speeding up moss. So the world outside sped up for us.
We'll get back and Cradle will be in Metropolis.
So, give me a refresher in this card game.
So I think we squared off intelligence and charisma, one representing like understanding the rules of the game and when to best play your hand, and the other one was the bluff factor.
I think it was whichever was higher.
Yeah.
So D20.
And then you got a bonus to we did a D6 roll or something.
Oh, if you if you win the D20 roll, you
What
get a
is it?
bonus to your D6 roll.
Intelligence first. 6.
12.
Good job. Charisma. Good job.
Graham, did you decide what you
21.
wanted for an animal companion?
D6.
I was kind of thinking of something that I could take with us in.
So
caves
what
and
was the
whatever,
plus
so
that I would add to that? Would
I think you got
thinking
plus
either-
2.
Yeah, but I think we just always go
Like a
standard
horse
plus 2
or-
minus 2.
Yeah.
a wolf or a dog or something
So
along
you
those
like
lines.
mop the floor.
Okay, well, think about it.
Shouldn't
Let
have
me know
taught
what
me
you
this
want.
game.
Okay.
Bluff
Figure out
me
how to
into
role
showing
play it.
my cards or
Yeah,
something
we've
like
got
that.
a couple of days to travel back to the village, and
You
so
go another round.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of our time.
That counts as the
But-
entire.
Is the entire
yeah,
night. It's a long game.
kind of lean towards a wolf.
We're all fatigued.
Well, it counts for
You
your
were
watch.
at full now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are on watch, and you're playing cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a spot. Listen, -2 on both.
What is that?
3.
3.
Okay, Graham. What was
16 spot, 25 listen.
your Fenrith?
11 spot and a 15 listen.
That's why, Graham.
It's too eager winning card game.
Okay, Graham, you hear some twigs or branches snap out in the trees during the night.
All right, so I'll be like, what was that? Meanwhile, he'll tip down the fan of my cards. What was that?
Oh, no, you could go with the he doesn't believe you because you're losing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something out there. But I'll be alarmed. You'll definitely feel that come through. Like it'll be genuine like, alarm. So
Yeah, because it's one of those situations where everything else gets quiet too. Like all the chirping insects and everything, the crickets, they suddenly stop.
do you hear that?
No, but I honestly think that you're just trying to cheat some more. So,
Wait.
let's just get back to the game and
Okay. So in this case, I'll insist. No. I think I heard something.
I'll
Get a closer look.
I'll put my cards in my pack. The side I am stand up and ask him to
Sleight of hand.
to show is that we'll have to redo the rolls. Where did you hear this from?
So I will. I'll start inching my way away from where we're keeping a fire.
Yeah.
Can I- from the firelight towards where I heard the sound, and as soon as I get to where I have any sort of concealment, I'll start like creeping.
Okay, so you heard it from the west.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, like, we went back in the direction that you guys came from the second time to that cave, and it was so undergrown. It was so thick with underbrush, there wasn't anywhere to go off trail without going into the very thick, the brambles and thorns.
Oh, okay. So it's a pretty unnatural barrier.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, I'll insist. No, I think what we heard, or I heard something. So I'm just gonna post up over here and try to keep an eye on things. So I'll get to the edge of the firelight, Brandon, and just kind of hunker down in a bush next to a tree
Okay.
and watch in that direction.
Okay.
So hide. I guess I'll be hiding.
Yeah, roll your hide. Remember, it's greatly increased now.
That's right. I have to look it up though.
It looks +5.
31 was my hide roll.
Okay.
That's a heroic roll.
All right, and then do one more spot and listen. What are you doing, Fenrith?
I'll stand out. So if he's going to be hiding, I'll stand out a little ways from the firelight
Okay.
with my sword and shield ready.
So 25 spot, 11 listen.
Okay.
Do you want me to re-roll mine too?
No, you're still back where you guys were playing.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the camp.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
No, you still don't see or hear anything. And neither do you. But that's effectively what you're doing for the rest of your watch. So you don't see or hear anything more. And momentarily the night insects start back up their noise as if nothing ever happened.
Well, when our watch comes to an end, I guess I'll pass it on to Rohan because I can't wake up Casimir
Why not?
because he beat on me.
They're having a thing right now. So, before I go to sleep, could I spell or store some spells?
Yeah. Did you look up how it works?
Yeah. Since it's up to level 5, I could do 5 level 1 spells.
Right.
two
Yeah,
level
it can only have
2s, and-
5 levels
yeah.
of spell in it. Yeah.
Crap, I forgot about that.
So I'm gonna pocket a cure moderate, a cure light, and to level 0. I mean, can I store level 0?
I would say it has to have a level.
Well, I think it does. I think it has to be.
And
Okay.
I think you cast them into the ring, right? So you have
Yeah.
to have the spell.
Yeah, I have one second level, one first level left. I took wisdom up last time, so my spells went up.
Cool with you, Bren, if I retroactively cast my shield and mage armor spells into it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
So, Rohan, I will describe precisely what happened with the creatures quieting. And my basis for that is it kind of fits within the realm of what you've been teaching me about being out in the wild, right?
All right.
So,
Right. So I'll ask you which direction it was off in and what did it sound like. And
well, it was just sound like movement, and I only heard it the one time, but the night sounds were quiet for a while, and I didn't hear it again for the rest of my watch. But it was from the west.
okay. Something would have to be pretty interesting to make it through this underbrush with only making one little sound. But I'll keep an eye out.
One more hit point back. I'll use my last level 0 spell.
But yeah, I'll take up the location that Graham had been hiding in.
I'll explain to Casimir, since so they're not speaking.
I'm speaking to him just fine.
Yeah, we'll just say that level 0 spells can't
Okay.
be stored in it.
As I'll explain that Graham thought he heard something, but I didn't.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do on your watch?
When I first start my watch, I'll take up the spot that Graham had been hiding in
Okay.
and also try and hide.
I guess I'll keep the fire going and then just study my spell book for the required time.
Okay.
I'll go with 3 light spells, 2 shield spells, and a mage armor.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Roll hide. You said you wanted to do?
Yeah. 20.
Okay. And then we'll do a spot and listen.
Spot Spot is 18. Listen is 19.
Okay. You hear nothing, you see nothing.
Okay.
In fact, you see nothing so much that you begin to wonder if your eyes are open or not. But they are, and you don't see.
So,
How can they be open if they're not even real?
as you're walking off into the woods at the start of our watch, and I'm sitting down to start studying, I'll tell you that you should start meditating.
Why should I start meditating?
Worked for Finrith.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for your spells.
I'll think about it while I'm out there on watch.
Well, if we're of some sort of divine nature or divine calling, it seems like it's a natural course for us.
Okay. So your watch passes without event, but when the sun is beginning to rise and it's time to wake everybody up and get back on the move, your weapons start to vibrate right as the sun comes up.
Let's see. How bad was it last time they vibrated? Did they explode like our amulets? Because if they are, I can throw this.
Wasn't it goblins?
Goblins
Well-
usually, but they also vibrated like violently before they changed to this odd metal.
I don't think we were holding them at the time when our weapons changed. I think it was like early morning and they were still like by our sides.
Just in case it's goblins, I guess I'm going to have to risk it. I'll kind of hold it out.
Okay. What do? So you start to hear something crashing through the trees.
Oh, thank God.
Something huge. It's coming from the west.
Try and hide. See what it is.
Okay.
I'm going to try and stand with a tree in between me, like a big tree in between me and whatever the sound is.
Okay. That's easy enough. You'll be at half movement speed anywhere off the trail.
Okay.
Do we hear it knocking over trees?
Yep.
How big do these trees sound?
Well, you hear a lot of snapping and you hear a loud thump as trees fall. Not little ones.
Might want to find a bigger tree, Rohan.
Yeah. Try and find the biggest tree I can to put between me and whatever's rampaging through the forest.
Okay.
And hide as well as I can as well.
Yeah. All right. What about you?
Yeah, I will hide at the nearest convenient spot.
Okay.
Finrith, what are we going to do?
I'm hiding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to venture off the trail and find a tree.
All right.
Philo, hide.
Oh, I'll take Philo with me. Do you need a handle animal?
No, he'll go with you.
All right. Well, to keep him calm from the...
Sure.
Okay. 17.
Okay. Yeah, so he's, flicking his tail in his ears nervously, but he goes with you. And you still hear this, and now you're hearing the thump of something large hitting the ground, running towards you. It's you can feel it in your chest. And then it breaks through the trees into your campsite. And it's it's a giant, and it has a vaguely humanoid appearance, but it's wielding a giant club. It's about 15 feet tall. It's got a sloped forehead with a defined brow, and it's casting about looking for something.
Are there is there any information on giants in our histories?
No, just fables about giants. Every culture makes up stories about giants. Okay.
I'm going to stay hidden.
Well, yeah, no, you don't get a chance to do anything now. So it starts sniffing at the air. Everybody, what's your hide checks?
It was destiny.
Okay. Rohan.
17.
7.
13.
13.
So it starts sniffing, and then it looks at each one of you.
I'm like peering half my face around a tree like a little kid.
Yeah. That's charges you, Royan.
Wonderful. I'd like to set Graham's dodge against it.
All right. So
Might as well. I don't know.
with this loud roar, it just charges straight at you across the trail and into the underbrush that seems to slow it not a bit. And it takes a swing at you with this massive club. So what's your AC? And we'll give you part cover.
It's 19 normally.
Okay. Okay.
At least with our new armor, it is.
All right, so he takes this massive swing at you and hits the tree that you're hiding behind,
Okay.
and you hear it crack, and wood chips burst out over your face, and it begins to fall.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't hit you, but the tree starts to fall towards you. Do a reflex save.
25?
Okay, so you dive out of the way. Let's get initiative.
Brandon, with these magic items and the notes that were left with them, did we get some indication of their use? So, like in the case of the ring of Ram,
How to activate it?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, Rohan, what was your initiative?
9.
Casimir?
13.
Graham?
8.
Fenrir?
6 or 7.
What's the matter with you guys?
I rolled a 1.
Saving all the good rolls. Hopefully. Praying to
Yeah.
God.
Continuing with the trend of blaming the felt, since now we're on carpet, it's padding it even more.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. One more time. What was your 7?
7, yeah.
Okay. And Graham?
8.
Okay. Casimir?
Oh, 13.
And Ryan?
9.
I don't think I have the hit points to survive a hit from a giant.
I might be able to survive 1.
All right. So he swings, hits a tree, and it starts falling, and you roll out of the way. Casimir.
I'll cast shield on myself.
Okay.
Okay, I do it. And I'll move 20 feet back towards the trail.
Okay. Rohan.
Can I full disengage through the path that he charged through? Trampled?
Well, you'd have to move through his space to do it.
No.
Borrow Graham's tumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's no full disengage where you're at because of the undergrowth. The movement speed's halved.
okay. Then I guess I'll take a 5-foot step back and,
Fire defensively.
yeah, attack defensively.
Okay.
That's what, -4 to attack,
Yeah.
+2 to AC, but I'll use my double shot to fire 2 shots at him. Wait, can't do that? Yeah, that's part of a full round action, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
And it's a dodge bonus to your AC.
okay. So full 2 attacks. So I have it's a 10. Oh, actually that's a 6. And critical fail.
All right. So you fire 2 arrows, and one of them just bounces off of his skin, and The other one gets lost somewhere. Like you're moving and you're in the brush and you trip. So who knows where it went.
Okay.
Graham.
So I'm going to activate my Ring of Ram.
Okay.
I'm going to expend 3 charges. So it's a 3d6 points of damage on a single target.
Oh, okay.
And then it acts as a bull rush attack on the target as well.
Right.
So I was working on here's the damage.
You need D6s?
Did you lose one under the
It's
candle?
1.
Yeah, there's one under.
So 9 damage. And let me get bull rush handy here. Okay, so it's an opposed strength check. For the purposes of the size of mine, I act as a large creature. But each size category difference gives a +4 bonus that you are larger than medium. So I don't.
Well, it cancel. If it treats you as large, he's large too.
Right. Okay.
So,
And then I get a +2 bonus if 3 charges are expended.
okay.
And my strength is at 29. Do you know what that bonus is off the top of your head?
30's 15, so it'd be like
14 probably. Okay.
right. No, 30's 10.
Yeah. 30 would be
So
10,
it's a 9. Sorry.
25? Oh, 9 you said?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a 9.
9.
Just
Okay.
opposed strength.
17. So I have 19 was my roll. Yeah.
All right. So what? Like you bring out this ring and some invisible force smacks him right in the head. It doesn't push him back, but
Does some damage.
rings his bell. Yeah.
And I guess I'll move to some more cover somewhere
Okay.
and try to hide again if I can. I just can't remember if it takes its own action or not. I'll look it up.
Well, it does.
I was reading through it. But yeah, okay.
Well, if you find different, then we'll
Yeah.
go. But I'd say-
Part of a move action.
Right, yeah, it's like part of a move action.
Do you need this one?
You can go for it.
I was just going to look at my net because I might be able to still use it on the giant if he's only large.
Hand this to Travis. Okay, Fenrith. Your move. Right? So some invisible force, like you saw Graham do a thing, he's like, power up, and some invisible force hit the giant, and so it's shaking its head. But then it starts cussing some more.
Okay. I will. How far? Where is Casimir at?
Well, you guys kind of split up a little bit to hide behind trees, so he's about 20 feet away.
Okay. So I will move over to Casimir.
But it's half movement speed because of the undergrowth.
Okay. I'll activate my boots. It
Okay.
gives me a +30 movement.
What boots did you get?
Boots of speed.
Okay. I think that just gives you haste.
And
Yeah, haste gives
yeah.
you the +30.
Okay.
So I have all the benefits of haste, right?
I got you.
And then I'll move over. Then I'll move over to Casimir and cast Bull Strength on him.
Okay.
So this creature, this giant's large.
Yes.
Okay.
So you gain a +4
Yeah.
to your strength. And then I'll ready my sword and shield.
So the giant does a charge attack on you, Graham. Did you find out, Graham?
Was I successfully hidden in the first place?
No. When he popped out,
So
he
he
saw everybody.
So how it works is it takes a separate move action. So in that case, I wouldn't have had enough actions to do it
Okay.
after a ranged attack,
Right.
which I guess that ring qualified as.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
So I'm just standing out. Well, I move into cover, right?
Into cover, yeah. Okay. So he does a screaming charge attack on you.
Dodge.
Did you what?
Forgot my dodge. AC 16.
Okay.
That's because I took your dodge. Remember?
All right.
So
Right. Okay, so he misses. So he comes running and he swings down at you and he snags a tree branch, right? And that just knocks it completely off. And that's falling towards you.
Okay. Do you need a reflex?
Yeah.
Save? It was 11.
Okay. So 6 piercing damage from jagged branches falling on top of you.
Is he pinned?
No.
It's really insensitive.
Casimir.
How far away is the giant?
So now he's about 20 feet away from you.
All right. And am I in his path, like the trail he's been charging, or is it still going to be movement penalties?
Well, I mean, you're like 5 foot off of the trail, in which case you'd have no more movement penalties.
Okay.
As long as you stayed on the trail.
Well, I'm going to go within 10 feet of the giant, which I should be able to do. I can move 20 feet
Yeah.
at half speed.
Yeah.
And I'll drop my trident, and as part of the move action, ready my net and throw it at him.
Okay.
So, range touch attack. 15.
Yeah, you got him.
All right. So, for him to escape, it's a 25 strength check on
Okay.
his turn, or a escape artist check of 20.
Okay.
And he gets a -2 to attack, -4 to dexterity, and can't run or charge.
Okay.
I think he moves half speed too. Better double check that. And that's my turn.
All right. Let's go Rohan. So this giant's got us. He's goes over to hit Graham, but his club gets caught in a tree and knocks a branch down on top of him. And now he's got a net tangled around his feet.
okay. That'll kind of bolster my resolve and willpower of not running away shrieking like a little girl, and I will just do 2 normal shots at him.
Okay.
13
Nice.
potential critical.
Well, the 13 misses, so let's try for the critical here.
Okay. And it's a 19.
That's a hit.
Nice.
So
Critical hit. So you fire an arrow straight into the back of his neck.
Do you double the +1 for magical weapons on a critical?
Don't
I think in
Yeah.
this edition the modifiers were doubled, weren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe
I know
not.
strength was.
Yep.
Like strength and
Right.
whatnot, but I don't know if the magic was. Was it?
I think it was.
Go for
Okay.
it. Find out
And
otherwise.
it's a 12.
Okay.
It's been too long.
All right. So yeah, this arrow sticks right in the back of his neck, and he's like, "Ugh!" Graham. So he's got his net tangling up his feet, and you didn't roll well enough to miss the branch, but you didn't roll so poorly that it knocked you off your feet or anything.
Okay.
And now you see him like, it's one of the things that you just happen to notice is how like heartbroken he seems to be by
The pain.
the pain. Yeah.
So I try to hide, maybe behind the tree, like just get behind cover, hide,
Okay.
chuck a sneak attack javelin if he's within range.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Will I be able to do all that?
Yeah. Roll for a hide.
22.
Yeah. So he can't see you anymore.
All
'Cause
right.
You basically you just like roll over towards the tree, and now you're in the underbrush, and it can't.
Yeah.
It's like providing camouflage. So
Okay, so I'll throw a javelin out of there at him.
okay.
25.
Yeah, it hits.
12 damage.
What kind of javelin you got?
Sneak attack javelin.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Was it now? It's minus 15 to your hide. Is that what happens when you attack?
Minus 20.
Minus 20.
Yeah. Okay. So then what does that make your hide now going forward?
Like 2,
Okay.
whatever.
Right. So you chuck this javelin and it hits him in the knee. And he's like, ah! And starts to cry.
Oh.
He's like, seriously, he's like, "Ugh." Snot bubbles, everything.
I
Like,
feel bad when we kill giants.
okay, so that was Graham. Fenrith.
I will stop using deactivate the haste boots of speed,
Okay.
and I will use spiritual weapon.
Okay, this is a spell.
Yes. Well, is he next to me now? Or where's the giant?
He's over by Graham.
Okay. So yeah, this is a spell.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were up near me to cast Bull Strength, he's 20 feet away from us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a long sword of pure force springs into existence.
Oh, okay.
I'll direct it to attack him.
All
attack
right.
the giant. So it can move, and it gets one attack even if it moves.
Okay. Roll its attack. So this bright white longsword streaks through the air towards the giant.
22.
That's a hit.
4 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, so it streaks over there and starts slashing at his back. All right, so the giant tries to break out of the net.
So DC 25.
Okay. So it reaches down and starts yanking on this net, but just tangles itself up even worse. Casimir.
Has it said anything in any language that's recognizable?
No, just, curse words. Well, what languages do you speak?
Goblin and I think it's pronounced Sajin, the fish people one.
Yeah. Nothing that you can recognize.
Okay. I'll pick up my trident and can I go full defense or with the move action from picking up the trident and make that where it's not possible?
Fight defensively now.
Right.
I'd have to get close enough. He's 10 feet away.
Yeah, I think you can't move if you're going to do full defense.
Yeah, I was just going to pick up the weapon, but
Oh, I
it
see.
counts
Yeah.
as a move action, I believe.
That does, yeah.
So I'll just do that then.
Okay. Rohan.
His crying, blubbering has stirred my heartstrings, and I'll try to call out to him, "Don't attack us, and we won't attack you."
Okay.
That's a lofty promise,
Right.
but
Which language?
I'll try common first of all.
Okay. There's nothing to indicate that it even heard you
Just the standard action.
or has any interest in listening to what you have to say. Right now, he's still struggling
total
to get out of
defense.
this net, and it pays no attention to you whatsoever.
Okay.
We'll say that's a free action.
Okay. I'll double move up to try and get into his line of sight and
Okay.
make calming gestures.
Okay, Graham.
All right. I'll follow Rohan's lead on this.
Okay.
Try to hide again. I'll move and hide. I'm not sure how to reset after the ranged attack. Does that make sense?
Well, now it's like,
I think I'd be minus 20 as long as I stayed in the same location or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how we did it with my thief.
Well, it's a little unclear. It's like
Yeah.
you just have a minus 20 after you take the shot.
Yeah.
Then it says nothing else
Yeah.
about what happens, right?
I mean, if you move somewhere else and hide again, then
Right.
we're just going to reset that. So.
Okay. So that's what I'll try to do, but I'll cease my attacks for now. Maybe I'll ready a javelin.
Okay. Okay, Fenrith.
Want to resolve the sword first?
Sure.
13.
Okay. So, sword's still slashing at his back, so he's trying to get out of this net, and he's like, ah!
But I'm sorry, that was the roll to see if it hit.
Oh, I thought you were just doing damage.
No, it still has to.
Well, 13
hit.
misses.
Okay.
I'll take that option though.
Yeah. All right, and I'll wait and see if Rohan's play works.
Okay. All right, so he's still trying to break out of this net. All right, so that does it. What happens?
The net's destroyed.
Okay.
He busts out of it.
All right. Yeah, so he tears it apart, picks his club back up. Casimir.
I'll go forward 10 feet into his range, right?
Right.
Yeah. Or depending on how, I don't know how long his reach is. I'm going to close the distance with him
Okay.
and attack defensively and using combat expertise. I'm going to minus 7 from my attack.
Okay.
14.
Miss.
All right.
Rohan.
I'll continue to try and calm him, but I'll ready my bow just in case he moves to attack.
We'll do a sense motive.
That's. I know exactly what he's doing.
What did you get?
I got a natural 20,
Doesn't count for skills,
but
Justin.
I don't have that, so I would get a -2, so I'd get an 18.
Yeah, he's not surrendering. He's not stopping.
Okay, then I'll take 2 shots at him.
Okay.
And I get a critical failure
Got a balance.
for 1. And a 23 for the other.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Nice.
For 8 points of damage.
Okay. Right, so now this one hits him in the ear. And he slaps his hand to his... He's like, ah!
Sticking
Still
through his
balling.
lobe.
Yeah, pretty much. Graham.
Okay, I'll hurl my javelin. Did you want to do a high check to see if I do that successfully?
Well, yeah, might as well, just in case he looks for you.
28.
Okay. So yeah, you get your sneak attack. So he can't even.
15. 14.
No, miss. Fenrith.
All right, so I will.
Did you do the sword?
Yeah, let's resolve the sword first. 20.
Hit.
5 damage.
Okay.
And then I will use the circlet of blasting.
Okay.
So it's a ranged touch attack.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay.
Touch AC is so pathetic.
Yeah, it's not that hard to hit
You couldn't even miss
gigantic moves,
unless you get a 1.
which I've done twice.
Yeah. You need to quit.
13 damage.
13?
13.
All right. So this circlet you've got, like a light sort of spins around it, and then a ray of it shoots off and hits him in the forehead. And he's like, and then he's just quiet, you know. He's like, he's struggling and he's looking all around, but then he's like,
Don't know if he died or if he's relaxing.
Yeah.
Hey, you hit me with that ray. That looks pretty good.
It'll have to be tomorrow.
All right. So his move, he charges you.
Okay.
What's your AC?
17.
Do I get an attack opportunity?
Okay.
I might also have to get out of his way.
Let's see. You were up to hit him. So yeah, you do.
Would the spiritual weapon get an attack of opportunity?
No.
14.
What did you? Huh?
14.
Okay. Right. So you're just what's your trident?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just bounces off of him as he runs by, of his tough skin. All right. So he comes at you now, and he's got that rage that only people of an IQ of 1 can have on their face. You know, that absolute hatred as he does a massive overhand swing at you. But he misses and trips and falls on top of you. So roll a reflex save.
7.
11.
Okay. So you're able to dance out of the way, but you trip in doing so, and you're prone.
Okay.
Okay. Casimir.
I guess I'll...
So you can see like you got tripped up a little by the remnants of your net and fell. And you kind of lose sight of him, but...
Like the shower of brambles.
Right, yeah. And then you see him laying on the ground.
All right. I'll move up to the giant and stab him with my trident.
Okay.
Not minusing anything this time. Ah, crap. Miss.
Okay. Rohan.
All right, I'll hit him with the ring. Oh, sorry.
Rohan. Yeah.
I'm Rohan.
You stole his turn.
I did.
It's just a little trick.
He stole my dodge. It's on the list.
Hey, I only borrowed it for 1 turn. After you stole my cloak of elven kind before I even knew I had it.
I didn't steal it.
All right. Yeah. So I'll take I'll start closing the distance a little bit between me and him
Okay.
to make sure that he stays in range, and then do my double shot on him.
Okay.
Nice.
This die is either all or nothing today. Potential critical
All right.
with a 24.
That's a critical.
Then the second shot.
Nice.
Nice. 25.
That's a hit.
Okay. So 3, 7, 8, 11 damage.
Our weapons aren't magical.
Not yet.
Yeah, they're masterwork.
That's right. No, it was the bracers of archery that gave me the +1 damage per,
Right. Okay.
per shot.
That's
That's where the extra damage.
now Graham.
So I'll hit him with the ring of ram again.
Okay.
3 charges.
Okay.
So here's the damage.
Nice.
14.
All right.
And 26.
Okay. So yeah, you club him again with this ring, and you get him right in the head, and it spins him around from the force of it, and then he doesn't move. His face is in the dirt, and all his tears and his snot and his slobber are making a nice little muddy paste there where he's laying. But you can still see the rise and fall of his back as he breathes. So he's still alive.
This is my traditional job. I don't know if I can do it.
I'll do it.
With what?
I've
Your
got
dagger?
Yeah, I've just got my dagger. It might
Okay.
take me a few
Carve.
rounds to...
Graham, you have a
Soft
job to
but-
perform. Do your job so I can do mine.
If you do yours first, I won't have to do mine.
I'll climb up on top of him and drive my trident through the base of his neck.
Okay.
Or try to, anyway.
All right. So you climb up on top of him, you get your trident set, and you're ready to just thrust, and he disappears. And so then you
Fall.
fall to the ground. But I mean, it's not, it's a foot, 2 feet. But so when he disappears, you get this. All of you get this, the smell of decay, right? And then he seems to turn sideways and become one-dimensional, and then he's just gone. There's still evidence that he was there. The mud and the broken trees and things of that nature. Its club is still there, but he's gone.
I'll try a spellcraft.
Okay.
It's going to be high. I don't know.
No, what are your knowledges?
Not congruent to this.
Okay. All right, go for it. Yeah, you don't detect any sort of spells. You haven't heard of any sort of spells that would do something like that.
Were you looking for Arcana?
Well, try it.
As I have Arcana, History, Religion, and Planes. Which one would be more appropriate?
Do Arcana.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, weird. Nobody can ever know what happened. It's a mystery.
I guess that's just how giants die.
Well,
I mean,
never
we've never
seen
seen
we'll
it
have to
happen
add
before.
it to the lore.
Okay, so the giants disappeared. What do you do?
Kind of want to see where he came from.
Follow the path back.
Yeah, at least a little ways.
I'll go help Fenrith up because you're still prone, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And call out for Graham. Graham? Come on, Graham. Are you okay? Answer me. Where are you? See if I can see you. What were you, like a 20-something?
28.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So not only
Fenrith,
is he ignoring you now,
Go see if you can flush out Graham.
You won't talk to
I'll,
Casimir anymore.
I'll chase after Rohan.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'll start heading to the last direction that I saw Graham and call out for him.
Okay. Rohan, do a survival check. You start following the path that he came from, and it's really rough going. Even though he trampled a lot of it, it's really rough going.
32.
Okay, so you easily can follow his trail, and you don't go very far, maybe about 100 yards into the woods, and you find a flattened section in the outline of a giant body, and then that's it.
Okay,
It's as if he just woke up there and then charged you guys.
it's almost what I expected.
So there's no tracks or sign that he came there from anywhere.
Are there any other tracks?
No, nothing.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Could I try another spellcraft here at this? Or
Yeah, go ahead.
28.
Well, yeah, you're not detecting any.
It's not detecting magic. It would be like seeing if I can recognize components of a spell that
Yeah.
went off here.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
You're not seeing anything like that.
Yeah, look, and I say, do you think this could be something about our world rejoining the bigger world because of Zenvex?
I don't know. Like, I don't have the. Everything's new in this world, but it very well could be.
We better hurry.
All right, let's go rejoin the others and set off in the direction of that island.
Yeah.
See if we can.
If one of these things appears near the village, our village would be completely unprotected.
Yeah, if they're not already wiped out.
Yeah.
It seemed to be the first thing that Vex did on Falstaff,
Foster.
Falster world.
All right. Let's go see if Fenrith found Graham.
He's been acting
Come
so
out of
weird.
hiding.
Yeah,
he's
if you
a
call for me, I'll
sensitive soul.
pop up.
So, do you need any help retrieving your javelins?
No.
All right. Well, we'll just wait for these guys to come back and let us know what they found.
Right. So everybody gets gathered up again, and they tell you what they found.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
like
much
it just-
disappeared out of nowhere.
Yeah. No tracks, no other people that I could find being there to summon them or anything like that. Just apparently appeared and didn't like us.
Well, I guess we should start moving towards the labyrinth.
No, the
Or the
labyrinth
island.
was near our town, right?
It's on an
like-
island.
No,
Oh,
no. The labyrinth was how they told you
To get to the island.
you
get
would
to the-
find what you need to get to the island.
All right.
So the labyrinth is to the west of the village.
okay. But it's like down on the beach at the base of the cliffs.
Well, no, it's not. It is at the base of the cliffs, but
Oh.
not on the beach.
Okay. Okay, so would the fastest path take us through the village?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because you don't know exactly where
Okay.
the labyrinth is, just the basic direction, the basic area.
We see if there's some maps or something back at the house.
Yeah.
Now, what would be the fastest way back to the village? Is there maybe a river or a creek we could take out to sea?
No. The fastest way would be overland. Pretty much back the way you came.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a slower time getting across the ravine now that the tree is missing too.
I got 600 feet of rope.
It's true. That's
And 100 rations.
20 pounds of
That'll
dirt.
factor into there. Right.
And 20 pounds of dirt. You could just...
Does that mean all of our rations are going to be kind of dirt covered?
No, you could just dump the dirt in the river until you create a land bridge.
Yeah.
This was my moment.
Our land bridge idea came early.
Was the only reason that we went up to that cliff because the goblin had said that was the way he came?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe there's an easier crossing downstream.
There's other ways
Yeah.
that you know.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah, we'll
let's get going.
should we try and press a couple extra hours of travel each day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forced march,
Yeah.
Fun for Graham.
especially on watch.
You got a plus to your constitution now. It's
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I can do it.
Okay, so with the decision made to head back to the village, you set out on the path.
Okay.
So this was in the morning, right?
Right.
All right. Can you get us back to town?
Well, yeah, we should be able to get there without too much problem. I've been mapping the way we've taken. Although once we get to the falls, we'll need to find a different way across.
Okay. Well, there were other ways to cross that.
Yeah, there's other ways besides the log that you had used that got destroyed. It's just, you'd have to go a little further down river.
Okay. I guess we'll make for the falls and then find our way across.
Okay, so
And we were doing a forced march, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing that was going to be able to get us back to town.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's no trouble at all to find your path back. Rohan drew a good map on the journey out here, and you don't run into any trouble finding a way to get back across the river. The water levels change quite frequently with the amount of rain that this island gets, but at the time you find a point where it's just about waist deep all the way across, and you can make it. And Philo swims along with you like a good donkey. So nothing happens of any note on your way back. So if there's anything you wanted to do on the way, say so now.
I think I'm going to forego all my foraging and searching for spell components and stuff just to try to make the best time possible.
Okay. All right. So the journey back to Cradle seems to go much faster than when you left, even though most of the way is at a slight incline. The weather holds, save for some light rain, and the wind keeps you cool on the hot days. You encounter no more danger, though the nights do seem to hold more strange noises than they used to. So eventually, after a few days, you reach the switchback track that leads to the top of the bowl, and it's about midday when you get there. And so once you get out of the trees, the sun starts really beating down on you, and it gets really hot. Before long, you're just drenched in sweat, and you're sheltered being right up against the mountain like you are from the wind, so that doesn't help to cool you down. As you press forward, though, you reach the top just before sunset. Well, about 2 hours before sunset. And you step out onto the flat ground, and you can hear the familiar cry of gulls now that You're close to the ocean again, and you can smell food cooking in the village ahead. So as you walk, the villagers in the outlying homesteads, they'll stop working and call out, a greeting to you, welcome back. Children run up to you and pelt you with questions. One asks if you found the old heroes. Another asks if you will join their game of kickball. Another asks if you fought a dragon. And another asks if you found a portal to hell where demons tore you to shreds and took on your form. The other children laugh, but they notice your armor and weapons and fall silent because it's something they've never seen before. Real armor and real weapons. An old woman comes from a nearby hut and shoos the children away, saying, "Let the heroes be about their business or I'll find work for the lot of you." And so they scatter. And as you near the village center, Mayor Sinti approaches, her smile seeming to take some years off of her pretty careworn face. She greets you warmly, but the profound sadness that shows on her face as she sees your armor belies knowledge of the previous hero's fate. She says, "I feared it was so, but knowing makes the pain real. I'm sorry for your loss, young heroes." So, one thing that everybody except for Grom notices is that she seems younger, just a little. But you remember how old she was, and she was about 90, and people generally live to about 120. So she was getting on in years, but seems like she has less wrinkles on her face. Seems like she moves a little quicker than she used to. Anyway, she welcomes you back and says, come to the council hall and tell us everything right away.
Okay. Yeah, let's follow her.
Right. So normally you'd have to focus on walking slower when you're with her because she couldn't keep up, but now it's exactly the opposite. She's charging ahead, and you got to pick up the pace a little bit because you're all fatigued from such a long forced march. And she leads you to the council hall, that wide, long building with the porch all the way around it, and just the one central room with the fireplace and the podium. And the council's already assembled. No doubt they were alerted to your approach, and so they're prepared, sitting in their seats. And when you enter, they all stand, which stands out to you because it's a sign of respect that you didn't command before. But the mayor says, "Our heroes have returned. Please tell us of the fate of the previous 4 heroes."
I'll spin a fantastic tale.
Don't ever say that at this level. We're too low level.
What? They died in glorious combat,
Yeah,
killing
but
thousands
you might
of
not
orcs.
spin anything glorious. Just roll your
Well,
dice.
We'll see.
What are you rolling there?
I don't know. Rolling my dice.
He's rolling his charisma.
He does not spin a fantastic tale.
No. Blubber through the whole thing.
They're dead. Okay. You got any more questions? Well, at any rate, you can tell not so fantastic tale of finding him dead. Do you intentionally leave any details out?
No, I don't really see a reason to leave out any details at this point.
I guess the question is, do you tell them what was written in the letters?
Oh, no, that was for us only.
All right, so the council members and the mayor, they're not reserved as you tell them the story, and you mention goblins, and that's disturbing enough, but they knew about that because they attacked the village. But then you mentioned bugbears and underground caverns, halflings, and they're very animated, talking, whispering, and exclaiming as you tell your tale.
Do the rest of the council have the same kind of more youthful look to them?
Yes, they do. Yeah. The one who was so old, I think it was Councilman number 2, who was so old that Casimir offered to carry him. He looks significantly younger. Okay, what do you do?
Well, I guess we need their help in finding the entrance to the labyrinth, right?
Well, they would have no idea.
No, I thought we were just coming back here to warn them, and then we were continuing on, weren't we?
Yeah. Do we know where the entrance to the labyrinth is, or?
Yeah, it's the cliff with the rocks.
You know the area that it's said to be.
Okay. Do you think there would be anything in our heroes home / training center that...
There might be some maps. I don't know. Take a look real quick.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of other stuff that we should probably pick up from there while we're here.
Yeah.
As they would have had all the spell components and writing materials and all that. Maybe even a new net.
So the rock cliffs are on the southwestern corner of the map, and they extend further out into the ocean than anywhere else that you know of. And they're about 25 miles away along the rim of the bowl before you reach the area of the rock cliffs that's said to have an entrance. But you've never been there, so you don't know.
So I guess we'll tell the council and the mayor that we're only here to gather supplies, and then there is something that's critical for us to go take care of.
Yeah, we should warn them. I mean, I'm not sure what they could do about it, but we should warn them about the goblins and the bugbears and...
Kind of did with your story that you regaled them with.
So do we have a very sad farewell parting with Philo as he goes back to his master?
I
suppose so.
I thought I chaotically promised that it was when we were done with our journey.
Well, now that we've got the bag of dirt, that
Only 20 pounds bag of dirt. That's like what? Not even a percentage of what it can carry.
Right, well, the bag itself weighs 35 pounds.
yeah, but with that we don't really need Philo, do we?
Well, how many goblins did he kill?
Quite a few, probably more than us.
Yeah,
So you're
maybe
saying we
should
need to
send
drop
him.
off one of the heroes?
Yeah,
and
take
take
Philo instead.
Or Philo can just become the protector of the town.
Yeah, we'll all play Philo.
Well, we are going to be rock climbing.
Yeah.
Might as well leave him here.
I don't think he's going to be suited for. Also, don't we have to go underground somewhere?
It is a labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the name implies that we should probably give him back to his owner with the promise to return for him.
Unless Brendan decides to go with like the shining hedge maze labyrinth.
I have no control over the labyrinth.
It's taken full control over him.
All I do is describe it.
The donkey is a lever that can be used against us. We need to
Yeah,
drop it off now.
Yeah, because we have something that can hold everything that we need.
I will coup de grace Philo before the council.
This way it won't hurt later.
Yeah,
It's like pulling off a
this,
Band-Aid.
this is the last bit of our weekness. And,
I wouldn't do that. Philo will kill you.
No, he won't kill me. He trusts me. I raised him.
From
For the
3
last
weeks
2
ago
weeks.
or whenever.
So the mayor and the council, they talk amongst themselves for a bit, and they decide that they're going to do a funeral ceremony for the previous 4 heroes. Even though they don't have the bodies, they'll still build pyres and whatever. And the mayor says that she wishes you could be there for it, but she understands the duties of a hero don't allow for it.
You should probably also practice evacuating the village just in case. Because
Okay.
that way they all know where to run and what to do. The halfling hero of the flame said his entire village was wiped out on a whim.
Oh, dear. Where would we evacuate to?
It's not my problem.
That's exactly your problem. 100% your problem.
I'm going to tell him about the little cottage again. So you can try to make it there.
Will 200 people fit in it?
Well, there's a tunnel.
But
Okay.
it leads right into a spike trap.
Well, let us pray to the spirit elements that it doesn't come to that.
Is she praying? Is that her dice roll?
No,
I'll pray with her, though.
she's not going to pray. She's just suggesting that other people pray.
I'll do that.
Okay. So, who's going to take Philo back?
I will.
Okay. And what do the rest of you do?
Go back home.
Okay. So, Graham, as everybody's splitting up and Casimir's going to take Philo back, you just happen to look and you see his back right hoof, and there's this, you just spot it. You just see the shape of it, and it like sets a light bulb off in your head. You know, like that, like the hoof would be the perfect shape that it caused the dent in your head.
This is as Casimir's walking away.
Yeah.
Those orcs or goblins or wherever they weren't the first thing that Philo's been bloodied on.
Well, this is a pivotal moment.
Do a spot check.
20?
What was I saying?
Well, I just saw
You did a spot check.
Mhm.
Right.
I rolled 20,
Yes.
and then
Then you see this hoof, and it just suddenly flashes in your mind. It's not something you think about every day, but you're like, and then you see his face, like he's turned around as Casimir's leading him away, and you can swear he's got a sly look on his face.
He knows what he did to you.
well,
And he's getting away with it, Graham.
I know, but it's a pivotal moment, and a lot of people are going to tell you how to feel in such a moment that when you actually come to it, you're pretty confused. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to react. And since he's with Casimir, that also complicates things further.
I might just wail away on him.
He might side with the donkey. That's the real problem. So we'll see. I do have the will to do something, though.
Okay.
Could that be waiting for nightfall? What is it going to be, Graham?
So I'll break my silence regarding Casimir and call to him. Casimir, stop.
So did you pull the silent treatment the entire trip back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll look over my shoulder. What is it, Graham?
I think Philo is the one.
So it's been in your mind, too.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'll just nod and walk away, leaving the donkey. No.
Well, I tried, so I guess I'll just go home.
No, what are you on about, Graham?
I think he's the donkey that kicked me in the head all those years ago.
About how old would Philo be?
Well, 10.
So when you might be older than him, you are older than him. You might.
Well, I think
yeah, but it didn't happen when he was a baby. Like you guys are what? 16?
it happened when I was a child.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, donkeys do tend to buck. You shouldn't have had your head down by its hoof. What do you want me to do about this, Graham?
I just have to be sure.
Are you saying you want to put your head down by the hoof?
It's the only way.
Graham, this isn't. No, just calm down. That is not a good idea.
Must be justice. He's the one.
Why don't you follow me back to its owner and you can discuss this with him?
Okay. I'll follow Casimir.
Okay.
I'll keep a good distance from Philo, though.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it seems like he's eyeballing you a lot. Philo is.
What type of handle animal would I need to urge him to nip at Graham?
Well, he's been traveling with you guys, and you've saved his life and fed him and stuff. So it'd be pretty difficult to get him to do that.
Let's see. When we get there, I'll make sure, as I'm handing the donkey off, as I'm handing Philo off to the owner, to just constantly mark on what a good boy he was and how brave and kind and gentle.
Okay.
So that way,
Right. So the owner's name is Reginald, and he comes out and he pets Philo, and he's like, "Thanks for bringing him back. How did he serve you?"
served us well. He fought alongside the elder heroes.
Oh, you don't say. Well, he's always been a fighter. I mean, you remember.
I don't remember. I was on a beach and I heard a horn blast, and then I woke up like this.
Well, right. As they say. Right. Okay. Well, thank you, heroes. I'm sorry for your loss.
Before we go, I was hoping that there'd be something you could help us with and keep Philo under control while I help Graham measure Philo's hoof.
Well, as you know, an animal attacked me when I was young.
Yeah.
And I'll pull back my bandana.
Is it just a tiny dent? Is
No.
it just something that only he feels is...
No, it's a good dent. Yeah, it's a good dent.
Pack it with tissue underneath my bandana. So.
Oh, man.
So he does the thing that old men do, where he just looks at you and doesn't say anything
Just keep the donkey calm.
for much longer than you should need to do. And then he says, "Say again."
Just keep Philo calm.
I think this is the donkey that kicked me in the head.
Oh, I meant the part about measuring.
Just keep him calm. All right, Graham.
Okay.
All right, so I'll yank my bandana
Which
off.
hoof was it?
It looks like that one.
Is it glowing or something? What are you seeing here?
I'll point to it.
Okay. So I'll,
It looks like the back right one is the one he.
all right, so I guess I'll handle animal. So that way Philo
Okay.
lets
Well,
me...
Reginald will aid you. He'll try.
Okay.
He'll kick me again, and it'll be like
He
taking
does not aid you.
a dent out of the car.
17.
Okay. All right.
I was hoping I failed that.
Yeah. So you go lift up his leg, no problem. He's a well-trained donkey.
Does it match Casimir? Is it the one?
Well, like Casimir, you can't.
I'll bluff. Yeah, decent. 14.
Roll your sense motive.
He's got me.
Oh, holy crap.
Don't lie to me, Casimir. This is important.
Well, first I got to do the lie. So, for the life of me, I just don't see how it could be. The shape, the size, the indentation, all wrong. All wrong. I'm using every bit of scientific and geological knowledge I have.
Well, it feels like it matches up perfectly. Don't lie to me, Casimir.
Okay.
There goes the credibility of the heroes. In the town.
No, it doesn't matter because rumors will abound concerning this incident and no one will know the truth.
But I won't press the issue if you maintain the lie, even though I know you weren't being truthful. I'll just put it in a list of character flaws for Casimir that I've been keeping.
Well, I could go full villain confessing on the stand style. Like, what would you do? Even if it does match, even if it's still got your hair in its hoof.
All right, it was me, Graham. I sent the donkey out there. I blew the horn.
You shouldn't have stole my stick.
But yeah, I mean, I'll let it go. Because
Yeah.
in order for my alignment, I need evidence. I can't persecute this donkey on a whim.
Well, that's true enough.
It's an old wound, Graham. It's hard to tell.
Okay. Right. So Reginald's just kind of looking at you guys, and he says, "Right. Well, I'm sure you're busy," and he leads Philo away back towards the barn.
Thank you, Reginald.
Elements blast it, and I'll do the Harrison Ford one of these days. Fingers shake at the donkey and head out with Casimir.
Okay. All right. So then you guys were heading back to the home of the heroes.
Well, I wanted to question the mayor about her being younger.
She's blown away at your rudeness.
Yeah.
And she says, "You've had a long journey. I can understand you're tired."
And I'll press the issue. I'll say, no, you were older when we left than when we came back.
Well, maybe I was using a mud mask. And
I use a diplomacy to try and get Rohan out of there.
well, no, she's not angry. She takes it as a compliment, but she doesn't.
Roll your charisma, Justin. See if
that's
you're
bad.
accidentally hitting on her.
Oh, I got a 17.
He's accidentally hitting on her.
But no, I want to press the question that everyone seems more youthful, and if there's been any kind of events or anything strange that's happened since we left.
No, nothing strange at all. No events. It's been just like any other day. The only strangeness has occurred with you.
What?
Should have gone with you can't.
Can I do a sense motive to see if she's lying?
Yeah.
This may not work out well. Yeah. 6.
No, she seems to be telling the truth.
Sorry, Justin.
Okay. It was all your dice. All right. I'll kind of walk away with a questionable look on my face.
Okay. And what about you, Fenrith?
I was going back to the house to start gathering supplies.
Okay. So when you get back to the house, you see dead ravens on the grounds. And it looks like nobody's been out to clean up.
Thought we were supposed to get a new maid. What happened with it?
That reminds me, I need to visit the grave of Jeeves.
Did we bury him, or are they still out in the shed?
They
Or in
buried
the-
him.
Okay.
Or burn them, or we did, but
Yeah, okay.
Pantry, otherwise.
I'll
They'll still be fresh.
I'll try to avoid stepping on or coming in contact with any of the ravens.
Okay.
But I'll make my way inside, and then was there any type of library?
There is on the first floor.
I'll head in there and start looking through books for any reference of this labyrinth or the island that we're supposed to go to.
Okay, roll a search check.
11.
How long did you want to spend looking?
How long does it take before they get back?
Half an hour.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do a full hour. Because
Okay.
when they do get back, though, if I haven't found anything, I'll tell them that it's pointless, as there's nothing here. But I'll keep looking.
Okay, so you're going to look for an hour. All right, so you're searching through the books in the library for a reference to the labyrinth for about 10 minutes when Rohan shows up. So you see him poring over books over there.
all right. So I'll ask him, what are you looking for?
Looking for anything I could find on the labyrinth or the island.
Okay.
Possibly maps.
Now, is it a big library?
No, there's about 15 books and assorted scrolls.
Okay.
We also got those books from the cabin. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can add those.
We have to wait till Graham gets back with his bag.
you put
They're
them in
gonna
there.
have dirt on them.
But
So what do you do?
like I said, I'll go kind of pay my respects to the graves or wherever we burned Jeeves, and I can't remember the maid's name.
There are markers out in the field nearby.
But yeah, I'll pay quick respects to them, and then go back and start gathering up supplies. I'm gonna need a lot of arrows.
Okay. And then about 20 minutes after that, Graham and Casimir show up, and so you see Fenrith digging through the books and the scrolls in the library.
All right.
That's when I'll make my statement that it's hopeless. There's nothing here.
Right. By that time, you haven't found anything on the labyrinth.
Well, I'm going to probably be looking through some of these anyway, so I can help you keep looking if you feel that's a possibility. But
Direct him to a stack of books that I had set aside.
Okay.
Stack.
So he's like,
Yeah.
he
Like
says,
3.
it's hopeless. There's nothing in here that will help us, but check that stack there. Because I haven't looked at those yet. Graham, what do you want to do?
I want to go to my room,
Okay.
hatch plots. I will be complaining in a nonverbal way about carrying this bag of holding when
Yeah.
I'm walking around. Like I'll be shifting it. It's like, and I'll put it down occasionally.
And rub your shoulder.
Right.
Oh, my back.
Yeah.
Anybody notice that my
Anybody
back?
else want to carry? Be the holder of the bag. It's too heavy for me. I can't tumble with this thing on. Come on.
Yeah,
guys.
if you ask, I will.
I won't though. I'll suffer in silence.
Let's see if I notice.
Near silence.
No, you don't notice.
Sorry.
You're
You
too
gotta
busy
ask.
poring over the scrolls. All right, what supplies were you wanting to get, Ryan?
Probably gather up a few more rations just in case, and then I'm gonna need arrows, those kinds of things.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of that.
Restock my supply of ink and stuff for my map making, and
Okay. All right, so Casimir, roll your search. See if you can aid Fenrith.
I ate them.
Okay. All right, so you're about to give up. It's been about an hour. And then you find something that references the labyrinth. So it's like a first-hand account. It's on a scroll, not in a book. It's a piece of parchment, but it's a first-hand account. And The ink is faded and it's really old, but it's the account of a previous hero about it doesn't tell you where the entrance is, just that there was a monstrous beast that nearly killed him. More bigger and more savage than anything he'd ever imagined. And that's it. He said the last note is never go there.
Does it give any direction? North, south, east, west, anything like that?
No.
Okay, I'm going to tuck that away into my pack.
Okay. All right. So, Graham, you're up in your room. What do you do there?
I'll do an inventory on all of my stuff, pull it all out, and spread it out real nice.
Okay.
Change my clothes if that's possible.
Yeah.
And likely I'll fall asleep since we're fatigued
Right.
in the process.
Yeah.
I'll just nod off doing something.
Yeah, you guys are all very tired. So, yeah, you do nod off. Roll a listen.
11?
Okay. So you don't know how long you've been asleep. You're doing that sort of doze thing where you sleep and then wake up every few minutes. And then you wake up and you see a raven, and it's standing right on your chest, staring directly at you. And so you notice that what you hadn't noticed before about ravens, they're big. They're a big bird. And you remember from when the one was on your shoulder and it wouldn't get off, you remember how big they were. But now that you're just laying there in a well-lit room looking at it, you notice that they're a big bird and their beaks are bigger than it seems like they should be. They're almost oversized, and its eyes are thinking as it looks at you. It's not like any other dull creature. There's an intelligence behind them, and it's standing right on your chest, staring down at you.
So I'll be paralyzed with fear, but I'll whisper, "Somebody help me."
Okay.
Fire.
You open your mouth to try to whisper, and you can't. But you do hear whispering. You hear it in the room, but you can't see where it's coming from, and it's a language you don't understand.
I'll try to roll from where I'm going to move real fast out from under this bird and roll to the door.
Okay. Roll a will save.
No.
Excellent.
1. But not a natural one.
Right, but you can't move. Like you try to move and you can't. And then, so the bird, you still hear this whispering and it gets a little bit louder. And then it jabs its beak right into your eye. And then you wake up.
It's just a dream.
Yeah. Yeah, your eye hurts worse than you can imagine. But now you wake up and you sit up. There's no raven in the room.
Well, when I wake up, I'll be screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
Oh, God, my eye. The elements, the ravens, they took my eye.
All right, so what are the rest of you doing? This is about an hour after you found the scroll about the labyrinth, and you've gathered your supplies.
I'd probably be dozing off or dead asleep
Yeah.
after helping Fenrith search, and I would have probably suggested he get some sleep too.
I'm going to get some supplies real quick, too.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, we'll say you're all sleeping. You've gathered your supplies, and you're just too tired from such a long forced march, so you just...
Could I store a couple spells in that ring before I go to bed?
Well, you can try. Let's do a fortitude save.
See the same. I got 13.
23.
Right, so you're just too tired. Like, you want to. It's a great idea, and you're like, well, I should do this. And then you're just like, and you just lay down and pass out. You manage to before you pass out. The last thing you remember as you fall asleep is wondering if you got that right. But then you all wake up and you hear Graham scream into the top of his lungs, "My eye, the spirits, the elements, my eye." Like as loud as he can.
Yeah, I'll sleep stumble my way, jump up out of bed, grab my trident.
Yeah.
But it's all done very sleepily, so it's not nearly as graceful as it would have been. and I'll barge into his room.
Okay.
I would have been sleeping out at the lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
Like I do. So I'll be in the running
Right.
back to the house.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can still hear him. Yeah, he's loud enough you can still hear him out there.
I'll wake with a startle. And is he still screaming when I wake up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hop out of bed and grab my sword and shield on the way out the door.
Okay. Right. So you burst into Graham's room and he's sitting up, screaming, and he's got his hand over his eye. So you see them, well, these two bust into your room.
Casimir, Finrith, ravens took my eye.
I'll start glancing about the room and ask him where it went.
I'll guess we're kind of getting our roles reversed here, but I'll go look at Graham's eye.
So yeah, you managed to pull his hand away because he's, hiding it. And his eye's just fine.
Sure.
Well,
Let me do a heal check, Graham. I could probably pronounce you.
You did.
Oh, no. It's decent. 13.
Well, when Fenrith asked me where the raven went, that's when the reality
Yeah.
will kind of supersede the dream. So I'll be like, oh, just a dream. Good night, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, so he's like, oh, it was a dream.
It's probably about this point that I come busting.
Yeah,
in.
and then you get in. Yeah.
Don't worry, Rohan, just a dream.
Just a dream, Rohan.
Yeah.
Just gonna
Right.
turn around and start walking back, shaking my head.
Yeah, I'm going to from exhaustion, head slump, shoulders slumping, and just kind of push my way into my room, kind of toss my trident, and just collapse back into my bedroll.
Okay, everybody roll a listen as you leave Graham's room. Not you, Graham.
Just a dream.
The dream within a dream now.
Rohan.
27.
Casimir.
6.
15.
So, Casimir and Fenrith, as you leave, you hear Graham whispering something. You don't understand it. You just hear... But you're too tired and you don't care. So you go back to your room.
Graham whispers all sorts of weird stuff anyway.
Right. Rohan is not Graham whispering. It's not any of these people either. You hear whispering in the room. It's a language you don't understand.
Okay, I'll stop and go back in the room, and without any kind of explanation, just start listening and trying to figure out where it's coming from. So it probably look kind of weird, that cover one ear and kind of.
Yeah. So that's what he's doing in your room. Yeah.
So I'll just be like, I'm watching you.
But you don't hear it anymore.
But yeah, I'll look at Graham and I'll be like, "Did you hear the whispering too?"
Only in my dream. The ravens.
I don't think that was in your dream.
I don't hear it though, do I?
Not now.
Yeah, I heard it in my dream.
Was it in some kind of a strange language?
Didn't understand it.
Kind of describe the voice, or is it?
No. I mean, whispers
Yeah.
aren't distinctive.
Yeah, I'm gonna begin actually searching his room now.
Okay. Roll a search.
18.
All right. So you're searching his room, going through his stuff, lifting up furniture. And so what do you...
Well, it messes me up when the order of my things are screwed with. So I'll actively impede his search.
Right. So he's like, come on, get out of my room.
Just choke me out.
No, I just become more insistent. There's something has been in your room. There's something here that we need to find.
What?
I don't know what yet. Help me
Rohan,
search.
There's something everywhere. We don't have to search for it right now. People need to sleep.
But we may not be safe.
From what?
I don't know.
You could relate the searching to your long quest to find the beast that put the dent in your head.
You're right, Rohan. I do understand about searching for something you don't know or understand. Carry on. Just don't search these areas and I'll list everything.
Yeah, because now he's starting to go through the previous heroes' stuff that he left behind.
How's he treating it, though? I mean, that depends.
Well,
Oh, I'd be treating it with respect, but still checking behind things and
yeah.
but Yeah, I'll try to enlist your help. I'll say, help me search.
I don't know what we're looking for.
Neither do I. Just look for anything out of the usual.
Fine. I'll help him.
All right, so do an aid then, or your own search.
Aid.
All right. So you're looking through. You don't find anything for a while, but after a few minutes, you do find one of the slats in the wall is not set properly.
Okay.
So you pull that apart and you find a head, a skull. Sorry.
A little less jarring.
Right. It's hidden in the wall, a skull.
Okay.
But what's different is that it's bigger than yours, and that your people's skulls are sort of elongated. This is more rounded, is a good way to put it. And the incisors are very long. It seems really old too. Like it's covered in dust and spider crawls out of it. A venomous adder crawls out and bites you and you're dead.
This was all in
That
my
would make
wall.
Right. But so that's the only thing you find in your search.
Okay.
What is that doing there, Rohan?
I don't know, but with the forces that we've been going up against, this may have been the source of your bad dream. How about we remove it downstairs so that you can get a peaceful night's sleep?
I agree.
We can try to decipher this mystery in the morning.
Whatever you say.
But satisfied that I found something, we'll put it downstairs and then I'll...
All right. So you're going down the spiral staircase to go put it down there somewhere, and then you hear a whisper. Roll a will save.
What is that?
9.
9 with 13.
Right. So you hear this whisper, and why not? I mean, what harm could it do? So you just take it back to your room, put it in your pack.
Lots of people keep skulls.
Well, I'd probably have my pack with me up in the lighthouse, so
Right.
I'll just take
Your,
it with me.
your lighthouse. Yeah. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. I mean, why not? It's a neat skull. You start to think, well, it's interesting. You know, it's different. So some artifact of something. Maybe I'll study it.
Exactly.
Okay.
The voice in my head has told me that this all makes sense.
All right. Casimir. No, it's your own voice, right? You don't even recognize that it's an intruding thought. You're just like, yeah, it makes sense.
But all crazy people's voices are their own.
Well, that's true. Well, wait, no, it isn't.
Yeah. They definitely recognize that there's other voices
Yeah,
in their
they
head.
do. Yeah. So, Fenrith and Casimir, you stumble back to your room. You're angry that Graham woke you up with his nonsense.
Graham's been full of nonsense all day.
Well, it's that anger that you can only get from being woke up. Like this rage, you could wipe out all of existence and not feel bad about it. But you're so tired that you just go right back to sleep.
Instead of wiping out every...
Instead of wiping out existence, yeah. Okay. So you all wake up the next morning and you feel refreshed, except you don't feel refreshed. You feel like Graham's nonsense cheated you out of a good night's sleep. Okay. So you're still fatigued. But I mean, who hasn't had a bad night's sleep before? Right?
Yeah.
5.
Okay. Okay, so you wake up with the sun starting to rise. And you hear familiar sounds, the shouting down at the beach as the fishermen start putting their boats out into the water. And it's a windy day, and it's overcast, and you know it'll rain soon. What do? You've gathered all your supplies already.
Time to head out, huh?
Yeah.
How many rations were we able to gather?
Well, you had 120 in the bag already.
Okay. And we still have
need
4
more.
days left over from the donkey.
Well, at any time, there's like 10 days worth available at the Heroes.
Grocer.
Yeah.
Let's take whatever we can.
And I'm going to switch this short bow out for a longbow, if there's one available.
You can actually have my old one.
Oh, okay.
Because I had the ceremonial one that I carried, and then I had a normal one, and I don't think I'll need the normal one anymore.
How many arrows can I gather?
40.
And how many did Justin gather?
You don't know. He just seems like he has a lot.
Okay.
How many did I manage to gather?
100.
Okay.
You want me to keep track of those?
Nope.
Minus whatever you have.
I got it.
Could I gather up some javelins too?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Okay. And any rope?
Oh, I don't know if we need more rope. How much did you have?
600 feet.
600 feet?
Torches?
No, there are no more torches.
Okay. What about lanterns or oil for lanterns?
Well, if you took lanterns
Do we have the
now,
thing that
you'd be
glowed?
taking the ones that are used in the house.
Was there any additional oil?
Yeah, there's 4 pints.
The what?
Didn't we find some sort of a...
And
You
water.
had the magic item
Yeah,
that you could turn on and off again?
unlimited water. You can fill up your water skins.
Because didn't Graham find something that like he
Oh,
could
yeah,
light up
the,
and turn off
The thing that it was in the cavern with the
with the hero?
with the old heroes, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that you, Graham, or was that?
I didn't
Via
write it down if I
Casimir.
did find it.
Yeah, you found the ever-burning torch.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. So we'll have one, and probably be good to have a second light source if we need it.
Does it give off the same light as a torch? Does
Yes.
anybody know?
But it doesn't give off heat
Excellent.
or smoke.
Well, if my morning routine should happen to finish before these guys are ready to go, I'll just be waiting on the path to the labyrinth, the
Okay.
start of it.
Is there 100 gold pieces worth of arcane materials?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll put as much of them as I can into Graham's special bag
Okay.
because it takes 24 hours for me to summon a familiar. So I guess I'll just wait and try to do it when we get some downtime.
Did you pick out what you're going to summon?
It's going to be a cat.
Nice.
All right, so I'll just spend that bit of time in the morning double checking the gear, and then I'll go join Graham if we're still waiting on anybody else.
Is there a spare net?
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
If we have room in the bag, you should grab a second one.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, it's getting heavier.
Nope, I don't notice.
Sorry, dude.
And, what is it? Arcane writing materials also go in the bag, if there's any.
I always
Yeah.
felt like that's the business to get into if you're just a regular dude in D&D.
Or
Carry that stuff for wizards. Spell
yeah.
books, their magical ink.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day that from now on, whenever I play, once we get, a couple levels, I'm just going to hire an NPC to follow us around and carry our stuff and do the cooking and what have you.
Yeah, you don't really think about all the clerical work involved with a band of heroes, like what John's doing here.
Yeah.
He's just constantly writing things down.
Yeah, we'll have an NPC do it.
But then, so the game master has to, you control the NPCs.
Hey, it's,
We'll find our stuff missing. Or there'll be an accurate accounting,
right.
unlike how it works when the players write.
Exactly. Yeah. Players are known for accuracy.
We get angry when we got to mark down our arrows and stuff.
anyway, I'm good.
Graham, did you still want the short bow?
No, I think I'll stick with the javelins.
Okay. Because I had been making that one, but if Fenrith is not using his short bow,
Well, if you make the one, then I will use it because a gift's a different sort of thing.
okay, then I'll continue making it.
Okay. Were you doing craft checks for that?
I didn't during the forced march,
Right.
but yeah, once we get back to a normal pace, then I'll get back to it.
Okay.
Usually updated at 5.
Okay. Thank you.
So who's the second to join me at the path?
Well, after I'm done, I'll
Yeah,
join.
it'd be Fenrith.
I was going to take a little bit of time this morning cleaning up the dead ravens
Oh, okay.
and cursing Graham for waking me up in the middle of the night.
I guess I'll help you with that once I gather my spell components and stuff.
Okay.
How did you sleep the rest of the night? Any more nightmares?
Somebody woke me up in the middle of the night.
Well, I know. I'm asking about after that.
Oh, no.
No, it's good.
Not that I remember.
Did you? I don't suppose I would have mentioned the skull, but
Did you remember to do your routine before you went to bed last night?
I had to do it again. after I woke up from the dream.
Did you do it the first time though?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, I fell asleep.
So that's probably the reason. So you
For the
got to
bad
remember,
dreams.
Graham, you got to do your routine.
Gotta take care of yourself, Graham.
Treat yourself.
No, you don't mention the skull to anybody.
Okay.
You feel like that'd be the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, I'll keep it as hidden away in my pack as I can. A skull.
Right.
And so far, I haven't blabbed about it. I suppose if somebody were to ask me, I would, but
Thus, the game master has introduced something horrible to tear us all apart.
cursed item. Now that we've got rid of the donkey, he doesn't
Yeah.
have that lever anymore.
Yeah,
It's an ascended lich.
yeah, probably is.
Don't worry, it doesn't have jewels in its head. You're good.
You notice a jewel. Okay, so you clean up the ravens. What do you want to do? Burn them or throw them over the cliff? Put them in the well?
Burning's like what we do for, like, it's a sacred thing.
Well, yeah, it's taken that tone to it because that's how you dispose of your...
How would we
Take
handle
them
like
to,
a rodent?
refuge heap? Like, I'm assuming we have places we put scraps and
Oh, yeah.
scraps of food and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
treat them just like
Yeah, I
Any
guess
kind of refuge.
Fenrith probably would have been the one to ask about how we should dispose of cursed
True.
things, but the refuse heap works.
I'm gonna do refuse heap. I was seeing if I'd think of health consequences of piling a bunch of rotting birds near our house.
Tossing them over the side of the cliff onto the fishermen below would have been fun too.
Yeah.
The maggots are already eaten the...
Okay.
But then you are all assembled together finally at the base of the lighthouse and ready to set out. And so, dear listeners, our heroes set out once again. Though trail-weary and mourning the loss of their mentors, they press onward to danger and destiny. In just a few short weeks, their world has been turned upside down and vigorously shaken, and pain and heartache have rained down. But the soul of the hero burns brightly within them, and they march on in grim determination toward the mysterious labyrinth.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.